Guys, we are live.
Good morning, Vietnam!
So very controversial, extremely controversial. Chance threatened to quit.
No.
Nobody offered to join him in solidarity.
No,
So-
actually, we were hoping for it.
Well, and,
You know this is a lie, because if Chance offered to quit, it would be gone.
the donations would be flowing in, right?
You can't get rid of a vampire once you've invited him into your home.
Well, geez. So yeah, no technical glitches. You know, we tried something last episode, which we'll continue to do here, rather than doing an hour of intros and then an hour of topics. We'll do 10 or 15 minutes of intros, then the topic, and then do updates and stuff at the end. Holy smokes! Right out of the gate, Overtime Arcade channel member Fish DS9 gifted 5 channel memberships. And who did those go to? Let's see. DJM, Anko, Admiral Speedy, thanks 1200, and Larissa K. Barber, awesome. Welcome to the channel membership program. You will enjoy many incredible perks, such as early access to all new videos, a monthly members-only live stream, which is nothing like any other live stream on this channel, and best of all, access to our private members-only Discord server. If I remember, I will post a members-only. I'll make a members-only post after the live stream's over with a link to that. If your YouTube is already linked to your Discord account, you should be able to go right into Discord and see it there. Awesome. Let me unpin this. So this is kind of what goes on, you know, guys. We tried that new format last week. We're trying something here, which I proposed and no one was interested to. But all of the big live streamers seem to do this, right? They will start the stream literally sometimes multiple hours in advance, just to get, you know, the notification system on YouTube with live streaming is terrible. Sometimes you don't even get it until after the live stream starts. It doesn't do a good job reminding you that it's about to start. And so people often join, you know, half an hour later after the thing actually kicks off. And so what a lot of the bigger streamers do is, you know, even if they're starting at 9, they will literally start their live stream sometimes at 6 and just have 3 hours. Often they'll have like a highlight reel of clips and stuff, and, you know, high production value, just sort of stuff that's, you know, whatever. Looping. We don't have any kind of production staff like that. I keep telling Chance he's got to dip into his industry contacts and get us some of that. But, you know, with the 15 concurrent viewers that we have right now, I don't know if that's really going to do anything. And before Chance wants to say anything, I don't know if this was intentional to mute him. Brand new channel member DJM with a $500 million super chat says, donation for answering my horizontal width question. If not, no biggie. Ooh, did we miss something?
That still counts towards the $50 obligation for you to finally switch over to OBS Studio.
Where is okay, so DJM's question, anyone know if the cap by the horizontal width coil needs to be higher or lower value to get the picture smaller? I think higher is smaller.
Higher is smaller, more.
What I would recommend, though, is, and I'm assuming, well, this is probably Wells Gardner. I'm assuming you want to go and get Peter at arcadepartsrepair.com sells a kit of different values, and you really got to kind of experiment, right? And I know it's not that fun to, you know, pull the chassis every time, flip it over, solder, desolder, put it all back together. But you really got to kind of experiment to really dial it in. Sometimes people do this with a bad width coil, one that's locked up and won't adjust, or they're doing some things where they've kind of Frankenstein to monitor together. I think it is higher equals smaller. I could be wrong. Sounds like Chance, that's his gut instinct.
I feel like you're correct on that.
Okay. All right.
Don't quote me.
Unless
no warranties expressed or implied, but
yeah, you're not going to hurt anything though.
No.
But yeah, grab that kit from Peter, and you'll be in good shape. It's a Bill Labs 25-inch. I have 0 experience with that monitor.
God.
Yeah.
Been trying to get rid of all my 25-inch monitors. I don't know much.
I'll take one.
I'm trying to like.
They're gone. All my spares are gone.
What do you use 25s for in your collection?
For me,
just X-Men and Mortal Kombat Smash TV now.
Yeah.
I've got one in my Neo Geo 4-slot, and I don't.
With the exception of K, what you're basically saying is I have more 25-inch monitors than the two of you put combined.
Yeah.
Oh,
13 and 19, man.
I would love a spare.
I'm an 80s arcade collector, not a 90s arcade collector.
Yeah. But what year did that? No, wait. What year did the? Oh yeah, that would be 90s. Yeah, you're right. Okay, I was thinking the HS9, HS5s are all 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, everything's 90s except for like 720.
Yeah, but 720 is a garbage game anyway.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well,
Starting off with a hot take.
That won't be the last time you hear about 720. Write that down.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
You are a hater. Did you actually buy a 720?
Oh, and no, but
he's saying it's relevant to the topic.
Oh yeah. Oh God. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that today. Oh jeez.
Yeah, we are gonna get to our topic. Just want to say hey to everyone here in the live chat. Let's see. We've got Levi Patterson, channel member, Fish, channel member, Encore MPW, DJM, new channel member, Chance and Prime, Arcade Don't Count, Kawaru 5, John, big time channel member, Anko is a new channel member. Mike JM79 channel member and awesome guy. You guys don't even know. Some of you know. Looking through, I think we hit all the big ones. And John Kawaru points out that Mike Sandwich Arcade Monitor Repair has done this sort of thing, but not with a Bill Labs, which a lot of folks don't have. Levi, please ship those 2 25-inch Wells Gardners to me. I will take them because right now my backup option is a 25-inch Hantarex, which
oof.
I don't know if I want to do that.
Die.
Yeah, I've got a Neotech. That's the one I'm running right now. It's got some either persistent DeGauss issue or it's got a purity problem or something I haven't been able to straighten out. And I'm gonna roll. I might roll the dice with the Hantarex. I've got 2 chassis. One has been rebuilt. I'm gonna see what I can do with that.
You know the best way to fix those Neotech issues?
Throw it away.
Fire.
Yeah, it's the second one. The flybacks die. It's just
100% arson will set you free.
Not a great monitor, especially when you're plugging everything wrong, like I've done.
Plug it into the wall
directly over a Hantarex.
Yeah.
The connector's like backwards.
Take the power plug, take the plug off, split the wires, trim the wires, and put them directly into the wall socket. Preferably the one behind your dryer in your laundry room.
Go to the pier and just throw it into the ocean.
Yeah.
So Chance does all the time in Alberta.
Arson will. We don't even have an ocean here. That's our biggest
problem.
Problem. Yeah.
I know. You would be your own country if you had a.
Oh God, could you imagine?
Yeah. I mean, you could conquer a channel or something.
We're so close to being the 51st state right now. It's not even funny.
Can't wait. Make kids draw that shape of the country.
Regardless, I really should just claim my dual citizenship at this point anyway.
Hey, hedge your bets. All right. Well, let's go around. We'll do just quick intros focusing on pickups, any heaters that your channel has recently released, starting with the one and only K from Prime Arcade.
So I hadn't picked up too much new stuff in the past few weeks, but I did pick up a pair of Initial D's.
Ooh.
It's really hard to say that and not say Initial D's nuts because that's what I've said every single time that I've mentioned it.
Wait, I got a sound effect for this. Hold on.
I'm sure you do.
Wait a minute.
The comedic timing is perfect.
Wait. No, I know. It's
better. Yeah, it's better when you talk about it for 3 minutes before you do it.
I wasn't on the right page on the deck, and then you said D's nuts, and I was like, oh.
With humor, timing is everything.
Yeah.
Comedy comes in threes.
Also, from the same guy, I also picked up a Space Invaders, which I believe it has everything, but it's unassembled. Like, I've got the board over here, I've got the monitor over here, and I've got the chassis over here. It has everything except a mirror. There's no mirror in it. So I will have to source one of those, but
Makes it hard
I
to play,
believe-
but not impossible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like that to source a mirror, like you just go down to your local glass shop and say, I need it this many inches by this
Well,
many
if
inches.
you were
right?
local, I would give you one I have in my garage.
You are anything but local, however.
You are.
I'm not local to anybody.
No, you're Odessa's.
I might as well be in Odessa, Ukraine,
The
as
m-
far as away from
The
I am
moon.
from everybody else. But
The Artemis 2 crew was closer to you than.
yeah. But Dead Space Invaders has just joined the project pile like everything else, so I'll probably have to deal with that mirror issue in about 17 years. I got a pair of Miss Pac-Mans. One of them is just a typical upright, and that thing is rough. It's got some major cosmetic issues, major just structural issues. It is complete. It had a bunch of balloon fuses and stuff like that, so I didn't even plug it in to see what kind of shape it was in, but it was complete. And the other was a Cabaret, which was in really nice condition. At least I thought so until I took a closer look. Someone had done a repro CPO on it, and they didn't do a very good job, because if you looked around where all the bolts were, it was poorly applied, and so there's just all this damage around all the bolts. And if you look at the top and the bottom, they had cut it unevenly. And so when you took a closer look, it looked brand new until you got about a foot away from it, and then you could see how poorly they had applied it. So it's kind of a shame, but bezel and everything else was really nice. Marquee has a couple deep gouges in it, but once I rebuilt the monitor, everything else on it just looks really, really pretty. You can see a video on that on my TikTok at Prime Arcade. Prime_arcade rather. I also picked up a 4-player Blitz 2000 in a Blitz 99 cabinet. It's got the original
Does your back
49
still hurt?
joysticks.
Yeah.
No, because I mean, my back always hurts because I used to be a wrestler, but
Said you picked it up.
yeah, no, I can gorilla press things. It's no problem. It didn't post for me like, my opponents used to, so no working mother. But it's a nice, beautiful cabinet. It did not have a CRT in it. It had a flat screen, and it was hilariously poorly installed. Rather than mounting it like you should, it was literally sitting on top of 2 wood screws that had just been partially screwed in, and it just sat it on top of them. So of course it just fell off those screws in transit. So I didn't have a
Smashed the board.
25-inch. Yeah, I didn't have a 25-inch monitor to put into it.
So you put a 13-inch in a Mortal Kombat cab?
Yeah. So I at least properly mounted the LCD and gave it a better looking bezel and polished the turret as best I could. But it's still a decent looking setup, and it plays nicely. And I've got that up for sale as well. And I just recently traded in a Virtua Cop 2 that I had sold a while back. It's having board issues, so they traded it back in as credit towards a Ranger mission that I had for sale. So I've got a Virtua Cop 2 back in the shop that once I fix up the board issues, it'll be back up for sale. Other than that, if you follow my TikTok content at all, I have received some more free samples. So my influencer career has continued. I don't make any money off of TikTok whatsoever. So the free
Did you
samples
get that
are basically
inductor wand?
No, I have seen that though. And I doubt it works like it does in the videos where they just like point it at a capacitor and it tells you whether or not it's bad. Like there's no way it works like that. I think it just tells you whether or not it's actually soldered in or not. That's the only thing it will do.
Tells you you got power.
Yeah, just like there's no way it tells you whether or not that cap is good. Because I know what you're talking about. I saw it too. No, I got mostly just tools and supplies was what I've been getting for free. I got a set of like Novus stuff, like the 1, 2, and 3 pinball cleaner and polish stuff.
Like Novus sent you?
No, it's just some company that sells Novus stuff.
Oh,
So I got a free set of that. I didn't know that Novus made a like foaming glass cleaner, but they do.
what? Really?
Yeah.
Is it
Just
safe?
rebranded Sprayway.
But
Yeah, it's basically spray away, but it's
does it have
actually,
ammonia in it?
I don't believe so. No.
So it could be safe for like Invisiglass and like.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually made a video where I used it at one of my locations, and it works really well. Like it's just typical like streak free glass cleaner like your spray away, but the end result was pretty good. So I really enjoyed it. And it's like $15 a bottle, so I'm glad I got it for free. But other than that, I got some tools. I got like another like handheld like fan, like spray duster fan. My girlfriend really likes it, so I just gave it to her. I got some headlamps, like LED headlamps, just stuff like that just comes in for free. All I got to do is make like a short video showing, hey, this is how this thing works, and then I get to keep the thing for free. So that's basically my payment for being on TikTok. Is people think that I'm popular and I will sell their stuff for them, and I don't. But if anything does sell, I do get an actual like commission out of it. But so far, I don't think anybody's bought anything, which is fine. I just want the samples. I don't care if they sell.
You got to shill harder.
I'm not really trying that hard. I'm just doing the bare minimum to show that I'm fulfilling my requirements. That's all I care about, because I'm not actually making the videos to sell the product. I'm just putting the product in the video that I'm making anyway. And putting a link in there. It's like, hey, by the way, if you want to buy that, like, here it is. But
lazy man's, that's the lazy man's product integration.
I'm not actually making a video to sell that product. I'm making a video, and also that product is in it.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. How about you, Liam? What's going on in Retrobotics? I know you.
I want to hear from Chance.
What? No.
Well, hold on. We're going to get to
whoa.
that. We're going to get to that. But you've picked up some bangers too lately, haven't you?
Yeah, we finally got a tapper.
Yes.
That's the big one. We finally got a tapper, Budweiser version. Aside from the power supply, everything is original. I had a switcher in it. Super nice, actually. The front art is faded, but the side art is not faded at all. The marquee doesn't have any flaking. So we got very lucky with that. We pulled it out of a bar called it's just called Beer, basically.
The bar is called Beer?
Pretty much.
Says what it does on the tin.
What town was this in?
It was in North Carolina. But
that's a state, not a town. Where is
I'm going to say exactly where it came from.
I want to know where the town I can
DM
find
you.
it. I'm gonna send me that because I'm curious.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny for the for the tapper itself, and it had some graphical issues and sound issues when we got it, but I got those hammered out pretty quickly. And it's playing really nice. I put the free play ROM in it, and it's in the arcade, and really need to make more space. We also picked up a Vectrix. Which
there you go.
Actually really happy with. The Vectrix is super cool. It's remarkably capable for such a tiny little console.
They're gnarly.
It was just a broken pot, right?
Just a control.
Broken pot.
That's what it said on the listing, but it was all kinds of messed up in there. It took me a few days to get it working properly. There was a lot wrong with it that was beyond just the broken pot. But the Vectrix is super cool. And lastly, I've picked up a ton of parts recently for working on a variety of other custom projects that I'm intending to actually put together. I have nearly everything now for tax scan. So I'm going to be putting together a tax scan. I've got a couple extra Williams board sets now that I'm going to do some fun things with, hopefully, and a pile of CCPUs that I need to go through and see if I can get one or two working ones out of them. So there's fun stuff on the horizon there, but my limiting factor is empty cabinets.
Fair.
So we shall see. Now, tell me more, Chance.
Yeah, Chance.
Tell you more about what?
you got some stuff.
Did
Yeah, what's up?
You bought like
Oh,
100
I got
cases of Looney Mechs. There we go. You're not even gonna tease it. No, you're muted. No.
How's
Yeah.
that?
Oh no,
Oh, there you go. Oh no, sorry guys.
not that.
Oh, please stop. I have bought I haven't paid for them yet, but I have acquired a brand new case of 100 Canadian $1 coin Looney Mechs from Imanex. I forget
like
who
saying Looney Mech.
Looney Mech, yeah, Looney Mech. I forget who it was on the Overtime Arcade private Discord said he lives like 10 minutes away from Imanex down in Texas. I would really like to know if you can just walk into their shop and buy things, because I need more Looney Mechs. I need like at least another 40, and I need some like Nintendo cabinet compatible roll down Looney Mechs, probably like 6 or 10 of them.
Does Imanex make those?
They do, yes. I can't remember,
the
like
Nintendo one,
N9 or something. I don't know. Not an important word. The important thing is, okay.
Why don't you just become their Canadian distributor?
I could. That I would do that.
Yeah.
So it's not so much that I have acquired a bunch of arcade games. Sorry, Liam, to burst your bubble. Those games that you have seen pictures of privately on the Discord. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I am putting on a giant arcade at the Calgary Stampede, which is this big thing that we do every single year here in Calgary.
You need a sound effect to go with every time you say Calgary Stampede,
like a yeehaw,
yeah.
That's a good thing. Anyway, so long story short, last year we built something called 8-Bit Roundup. It was a 2,000 square foot arcade. It was 40-ish pinball machines. It was like 37 pinball machines and like 44 arcade games. So 2,000 square feet. This year we have now 6,000 square feet. So we've tripled our size.
Square feet? What is that in international units?
I don't know. I don't know how many meters that is.
Do you
I don't know. Who
use
cares?
square
Who
feet?
cares?
You use
Who
square
cares?
feet in Canada?
You're getting off topic here. The point is, we are doing, yes, we use square feet. We use both because we need to be able to let you guys understand what's going on. So yeah, no, sorry
6, for being the global hegemon.
Ooh. So global, Jesus. 6,000 square foot arcade. Okay. So last year we had about 80 games total, roughly. This year, so far on the list, before we kind of go through and kind of figure out like, okay, maybe we don't need that, or maybe we don't need that, we have over 215 games on our list. We just added like 4 more last night. So, or this morning. So yeah, so 8-bit roundup.
Where are you storing all of them?
I am not. So this is basically a collective thing. So for those of you who don't know, last year or didn't watch the episode from the podcast last year when we announced it, my wife works for the Calgary Stampede, and after a joke was said to kind of one of her coworkers about putting in an arcade at the Calgary Stampede, they were like, "Oh, can your husband do it?" And then she comes home and says, "Well, Chance, can you do it?" And I said, "Maybe." And then so basically I rounded up, get it? 8-bit roundup. I rounded up
all sound effect you had before.
I don't know. Hold on. I rounded up.
Are you encouraging him to use sound effects? Like
yes, rim shot. I rounded up a bunch of my friends, especially ones who have businesses in the Calgary area. So like Nitro Pinball Calgary, Retro Oasis, Al's Tube and Knob Shop, a bunch of these guys, and
Knob Shop.
Yeah, I know, it's great, isn't it? So we started 8-bit.
Yeah, my man.
All right, we got a couple of super chats here. First from channel member Cameron Cardwell, a $199 quadrillion super chat donation saying mute Chance. So I went ahead and did that. And just prior to that, new channel member DJM 2196, $200 billion super chat donation saying they use Canadian triangle metrics as a measure of area. So there you go. Thank you both, DJM and Cameron.
I guess.
All right, I
Cameron
guess
just
we'll-
decided that Chance hadn't picked up any new games for himself, so it wasn't worth listening to.
There you go. So we'll just move on to my segment. Just kidding. There you go,
I can
Chance.
I could hear my girlfriend just cackling from the other room.
Anyway, so we're going to put 200 arcade games in at the Calgary Stampede this year, roughly 200 arcade games. I think it's probably going to be more like 180. So probably about 80 pinball machines. And we've done the math. This will be by far the largest classic arcade game in Canada for 10 days. And what's the square footage? What are the biggest arcades you guys have in the States? You've got, Grinkers is gone.
Galloping Ghost. That's really tightly packed, though.
Yeah.
And Fun Spot.
And then there's
Starfighter
Starfighter.
is approximately 12,000 square feet.
Yeah, and then Starfighter. How big is Starfighters?
I don't know. The last
There's
time I was
really
in
big
Phoenix, I
ones in
couldn't get in
Texas.
there.
Yeah. But by far, we will be the largest temporary classic arcade in Canada. So every single one of these games will have CRTs, except, we have a battle royale stand-up cocktail.
Except ice cold beer because it doesn't have a CRT.
Yeah, well, no, but like I would consider that a pinball. We have an ice cold beer to come to the show, but it's the ICE version, and that game kind of sucks. So it probably won't show up. But for the most part, like our friends at Nitro, our friends Dave, Darren, Al, Retro Oasis, like Nightwave Arcade, like all these places around Calgary, all these guys, Cam and Wes, we're bringing together this massive, Craig, Jeff, all these guys, some of the best people in the hobby in the Calgary area, some of the best businesses, Pin Bar, the whole thing. And we're just going to, make this massive arcade for the Stampede this year. So if you are thinking of coming to the Calgary Stampede, or you or your wife or family wants to come to the greatest outdoor show on earth, literally what we call it, which is amazing because it's over 110 years old, please message me. We'll tell you where to stay. We'll give you some advice. And yeah, come to the Calgary Stampede. It's going to be awesome. It's $1 per play because, it's $1 per play.
It's Canadian dollar, so it's even less, though.
Yeah, it's like that's worth like 30 cents American. I don't know. Regardless, it's going to be really, really super cool. So, Liam, to answer your question, all those pictures of all those games that I've been sending you, like that big shot of all of them in the warehouse, and what was that, Space War, I think? Yeah, those all belong specifically to one of the collectors that's putting games in. I am like bringing Warlords and like I think 2 other HS9 cabinets and my X-Men cabinet, just because like out of all of them, I'm just bringing like a couple because I'm so busy like running the show and doing the planning and helping with all the logistics of it on the top end that it's not fair for me to like burden my friends with the, if something goes down with one of my games. So I know I've got a couple of games that are like solid, like my Warlords is solid, and we're going to put that there on location. It's going to be so much fun. We literally, you name it, of like a classic titles, we will probably have it.
EDOT.
We have an EDOT, but it's not going to be ready. But
Radar scope cockpit.
Yes. Okay, but that's not like super popular.
Computer space.
Also not super popular.
You said you name it.
Name it. Okay, so if you go to the CLOV list of the 100 greatest games of all time.
All right, bet.
Out of that list of the 100 greatest games of all time, I think we have like 60 of them on our list. And most of them are the top, the top 100 or the top 50. So it'll be cool. That. Like there's tons of vectors.
And what are the dates again?
What vectors?
That'll be July 2nd. It's a 10-day event. That's why they call it 10-day. So it's July 2nd to the 12th.
So you're going against the 250th. What is that? A sesquicentennial or something?
What?
So you're doing this over Independence Day weekend in the U.S.
Yeah.
Counter programming.
Who cares, man?
You guys might be a state by then.
America cares.
So, yeah. So, well, no, I'm not saying like I'm not crapping on your 250th. That's pretty cool. So to answer your question, Liam, we are going to have at least Tempest Space Duel, multiple asteroids cabinets, Asteroids Deluxe. What other vectors? I'm drawing a blank. I've been looking at games lists all week long. So it'll be 6,000 square feet. So last year we were 2,000 square feet. This year will be 6,000 square feet. I know we've got things like that Moon Patrol cocktail that you got me the card for. Just like a Burger Time cocktail. There's some other random stuff that like I've never seen. I'm trying to remember what the name of the. You know what? I'm just going to bring up the game list. I will just tell you a handful of some of the things that are there. Where is it? I had the file open. Okay, here we go. When it loads. We need 8-bit roundup, game lists. Not the folder I wanted.
Where's the cricket sound effect?
I can never find what I'm looking for when I have to find something on my computer. Oh, here we go. Okay. Pinned list, 8-bit roundup, master game list. Okay. Here we go. Master game list.
Final.
Ready for this? This is the short list. I'll skip all the pinball stuff because there's 80 pins on here.
Who cares?
But for the arcade stuff, Crazy Climber Cocktail. We've got Atari Football, Sprint, the black and white one, Indiana Jones, Xevious, Pole Position, Missile Command, Pit Fighter, Vindicators, Multiple Defenders.
Oh, Pit Fighter.
Joust, Star Wars, like the Atari Star Wars. There's another vector for you. William Stargate, Rygar, Point Blank 2, Dragon's Lair, Outzone from Topland. That game is crazy if you've never seen it. Track and Field, multiple Mario Brothers wide bodies, Smash TV, Robotron, Championship Sprint, Tron, Cubert, Gyrus, Turbo Outrun, Afterburner, Turbo, amazing games.
This is great for SEO, by the way.
Games. Yeah. Versus Super Mario Brothers, Galaga. We'll have Balloon Fight on Red Tent, Millipede, Arkanoid, Mr. Do, Cocktail, Moon Patrol Cocktail, Ms. Pac-Man, multiple Ms. Pac-Mans, Space Duel, the cocktail, the upright, Laserian, Asteroids Deluxe, Aero Fighters, Laserian,
Laser Ian,
Deckel, yeah, Laser Ian, Aero Fighters, Ghouls and Ghosts, Kicks, multiple Tetris Cabs, Galaga 88, Black Widow, Midway's Gunfight, which is my old cabinet, love that game, Carnival maybe, Simpsons, Galaga, Off-Road, Centipede, 1942, Sunset Riders, Captain America, Turtles in Time, TMNT, like the first one, multiple Neo Geo cabinets, WrestleFest, Rampage, Mortal Kombat 4, Frogger, Gauntlet, Lethal Enforcers, Super Street Fighter 2, Turbo, Simpsons Bowling, Burger Time Cocktail, Robotron, Clax. A game called Tumble Pop is on our list. Puzzle Bobble, Bust a Move, Bubble Bobble, Atari Assault, which I've never played. X-Men, Warlords, Battle Royale, Ms. Pac-Man Battle Royale, another Neo Geo, Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition with Rainbow ROMs. We have some Namco 23 Union Cabs, Gauntlet Legends, Berserk, Metal Slug Axe, Killer Instinct, Asteroids, Marble Madness, Paperboy, Tempest, Tetris, Space Invaders, Gyrus, Raiden 2, House of the Dead, Radical Bikers, Donkey Kong Jr., Gorf, Wizard of War, X-Men, Sunset Riders, Lethal Enforcers, Blades of Steel, 2 Sunset Riders cabinets, Silent Scope, we found one of those, got it all fixed up, Tekken Tag, Street Fighter 3 Alpha, Rampage World Tour, Rampage, Golden Tee, Defender, Star Castle, some game called Wing Shooter Championship, I don't know if that's even working, Akari
multiple
Warriors,
Super Zaxxon cabinets,
no Zaxxon. Mercs, Police Trainer, Daytona 2 might show up, a pair of sit-down racing games. Super Checks, and then like a whole bunch of pinball machines. Pretty much every new major pinball machine, like the new Harry Potter, Pokemon Pro, both X-Men, the Pro and the Premiums, Pulp Fiction, Merlin's Arcade, some Turner pinball stuff, spooky games, tons of stuff. Elvira, House of Horrors, just got added to the list, but like we're talking like Riverboat Gambler, Royal Rumble, Foo Fighters, Frankenstein, Indiana Jones, like tons of pinball machines. So anyway,
if only somebody donated so that Chance could alphabetize that list.
I could just it's in the spreadsheet.
Or you could just share the spreadsheet.
Oh yeah, spreadsheets can't alphabetize things. I'm sorry.
Yes, you can. Anyway,
you had me at Pit Fighter.
You were the only person that I've talked to that's actually excited about Pit Fighter.
No, I'm joking. Pit Fighter blows.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that our buddy Al has Pit Fighter, and when he added it to the list, I'm like, okay, Sure. Like we're honestly we're gonna have to make some cuts because we've 6,000 square feet is not enough space because I've got a fire lane that goes half through. So Pit Fighter might not make the cut. I don't know. There's other things that we have to focus on his collection, but I think Pit Fighter will still make it. I'm not 100% sure. We have to Jeff and I, the other guy who owns the other half of White North Retro, we have to sit down and kind of go through the game list and kind of figure out what priorities are for some of the guys if the games aren't ready and all that kind of stuff, and what games that we want duplicates of, because there's duplicates of like a handful of those games. So yeah, pretty cool. Last year we had people asking like, where's Defender? Where's Street Fighter? Because those are a couple of the games that we didn't have.
Sinistar.
Sinistar, I really want to have on that list, but
I know I didn't hear it.
I know you didn't because I specifically didn't say it. I know where there is one, but he is not interested in putting it on location for the event because it's a personal collection thing for him. I would really like Bubbles as well, because then I would think we would have most of the best Williams games from that era, and we're gonna have a ton of Williams pins as well. Like I'm super excited about this.
I didn't hear Motor Race USA.
No, God no. God, I was offered a Motor Race USA cocktail cabinet like around the same time I got my Warlords. I hung up on the guy. I was like, no, click, bye. He's a buddy of mine. So but yeah, no, we're pretty excited. So yeah, 8-Bit Roundup. You can find us on 8-Bit Roundup on Instagram if you want to follow along vicariously if you can't make it out to the Calgary Stampede this year in July. But yeah, so Liam, to answer your question, that is what's happening with those games. Super, super proud of all the guys that we have working together on this. They're all doing an amazing job, and this is going to be crazy cool. I've already submitted the art package. It's off at the printers. It's going to be gnarly.
Did you catch that typo?
Typo?
In the artwork.
Oh, there's no typo in the artwork.
Sure about that?
What typo? What typo?
Now he's not going to be able to sleep at night.
It's logos. Like literally our banners. So we've got a piece of truss that's 75 foot wide for the entrance of the arcade. And it's basically 3 of our 8-Bit Roundup banners across. And then it's filled with sprites from all of your favorite games, all interacting with each other. And like anything from Metal Slug to like Moon Patrol and Joust. Like it's crazy cool. Anyway, really stupid.
And you insulted Wayne. His favorite game is his Motor Race Cocktail.
Wayne, I'm sorry, but all
right. Good job with the super fast updates. For me, let's see. Still no pickups since Dig Dug in July. Still have.
Are you feeling
3
okay?
pickups? I know. I've been getting rid of games. I sold the quarterback. I've been trying to move some other stuff. I got a couple that are waiting for people to grab. I got 3 coming in as part of a trade, plus 1 I'm going to be fixing, and 2 that I let my friend borrow that are coming back. So I got like 6 games on their way in. I picked up a ton of parts that I've been looking for. Finally got a populated Marble Madness control panel and the cart. Thank you to Liam he purchased it for me from another collector very local to him and held on to it until I could pick it up. And I also got an original, like the Translite marquee. Boards galore. Just got another board delivered today. I got more inbound that I'm really excited about. I also got the complete internals for a deconversion project that I'm extremely thrilled about. And the channel member who sent that to me did me a huge favor. I've recorded the pickup part of that, but that's not going to be for maybe a few more weeks before I release that video. And that'll be hopefully like slap it all together and it'll just be done. The monitor's already rebuilt. I've been getting a lot of Versus stuff, picking up additional boards and PPUs and whatever. And let's see, videos I've released, did a Berserk update, did the sort of finale-ish to Missile Command, which was focused on the rebuilding the trackballs. Nobody watched that video, but had 2 really successful videos recently. My 2026 annual tour, which I think was also episode 200 on my channel. And my the pickup video I did for my Versus dual system upright was a big hit, and that has the monitors are still not perfect at all, but I've got I've got it working with a versus Wrecking Crew board in there.
Do you want to know a fun fact?
Always.
The main reason why I watched your tour video this time was to see what it looked like on the other side of your camera from where we always see you from.
Here.
Yeah.
Here?
That angle from where your Pango is directly at your, I was like, and then you have that big Atari banner.
That's new. I've been holding on to that, and I just hung it up for that tour video.
Yes. Yeah, that's the other Atari.
Well, no, it's Atari Inc. and it has a 1982. Now, obviously, this logo
isn't that Atari Computer?
Yes, it doesn't say Atari Computer,
but that would be Atari Computer's logo.
Yes, but from Atari Inc. in 1982, when they were still owned by Warner. Yeah. Before the whatever, Atari Games thing. So even though the I don't think they ever use the Rainbow Spectrum thing for any arcade stuff. It is Atari Inc. Yeah. So counts. It counts, and it's original. Yeah.
I'll allow it.
Cool. DJM says, I don't need the Versus. I have a red tent. Technically, I have all 3 of the dedicated cabinets now. The dual system upright, which is the 2 sort of conjoined twin cabinets, the red tent, and the Unisystem, which it's, maybe it was an R-Type or something, or a plate. There's no signs. I think it's a factory black Unisystem cabinet. I've seen 1 or 2 others out there, allegedly.
I would disagree with that comment, though. Like, if you have an addiction, especially a Nintendo addiction, you need all of them. You need the Play Choice 10 kit with its own red tent, because there's a red tent Play Choice 10 kit.
That only works on one side, so you could still have a single side Versus and a Play Choice 10 on the other side.
That is true.
One of my goals is to get another fully working lineup in the garage in addition to what I have in the basement, and I want it like a 1.5 horseshoe sort of shape to fill up one of the bays in my garage. Which is already filled with projects, but I want one along the wall with the windows on the back, and then a back-to-back row. And the end cap of the back-to-back row facing the garage door is where I'm going to put the dual system upright, because it works perfectly. And the garage could close right in front of it, right?
Those dual system cabs, whether it's the red tent or the double one Versus upright, those are perfect for the end of rows of games, especially back-to-back rows.
Well, I got to figure out where I'm going to put the red tent, though. I have maybe an idea of where it could go down here.
Do you have the leg extension for it?
I don't know.
To make it like a stand-up cocktail.
Not stand-up height. Yeah.
Get the leg extension for it, and then you never question where you're going to put it again, because it
can I just make that? Can I just find tubular steel and drill holes?
You probably could. It's got a crossbar. There's enough pictures of it online and the data of it online. You could probably do that. I'm probably going to have it reproduced here in town for a couple of buddies of mine who have red tents. But literally, that it changed the look and feel of that whole section of my arcade, is putting a red tent at the end of a row and putting
you can still see the side art of the 2 cabinets.
Yeah.
You don't have to put chairs would block people from walking by.
It's awesome. Everyone always complains about how much space a red tent takes up, but you put it up on those legs and you walk up to it, and it's still just as inviting. It is the way to have a red tent, is bar height. I will die on that hill that bar height games are probably the best forms of cocktails ever made.
All right, find me the leg extensions.
They're hard to find
them, people.
They're worth it.
Find them.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah. Oh, and DJM says there's photos of it. So send me photos.
I've got one on my I'll send it on the Flickr in the Discord.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So I've been working on a ton of stuff. I was working on stuff today, but we're not going to talk about that. What we're going to talk about is the topic of this episode is Chance has a control issue.
Whoa.
Okay. Don't call him a control freak, call him a control enthusiast. And just like the rest of us, he is a big fan of original, authentic, real controls for classic arcade games. This is something we've wanted to talk about for a while. And, you can call us purists, call us whatever, but one of the reasons I think that it's so important to have the real McCoys, the real cabinets, is because The games were designed for certain types of controls. Often they're relatively unique. It's not just a standard joystick and some buttons. There's spinners, there's flight sticks, there's trackballs, different size of trackballs, different gates, the feel of the joystick, like so we talked about 720 was mentioned earlier, like trying to play 720. You can't play 720 with a normal joystick. Right?
I don't think you should play 720 anyway.
I mean, Liam is terrified of the bees in 720. I've seen it. I filmed it. I released a short about it.
720 just sucks.
Liam, are you allergic to bees? Like in real life?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
He's allergic to digital bees.
Okay. 720 is quite possibly one of the worst arcade games ever created.
To be fair, it's also extremely stress-inducing.
It's a valuable game, though.
Who cares? I've had one. It's horrible.
Okay. You don't like all those top 100 games. I bet you hate 90% of them.
No.
Okay.
I've become fond of Ms. Pac-Man, but I still think it's overblown. I'm not a big fan of Terminator 2, the pinball machine. I think it's hot garbage. I think anyway, hot takes, not important. 720
but not
sucks.
so hot takes. You can't play Centipede with a joystick, right?
You can't.
Even if it's on the 60-in-1, right? Maybe there's ports like the 2600 port is designed for the joystick.
Yeah.
But playing the arcade ROMs with the joystick, it just doesn't work. Same thing with Missile Command. You can't move fast enough. You can't react fast enough. Tempest isn't Tempest without a sticker.
Game.
Yeah.
What?
It was originally designed to be a joystick game. The Centipede board even has joystick inputs on it.
Yeah, but it's impossible to play with it. Okay, let's talk about, before we dive too deep into this. Let's talk about where this came from. Somebody, one of the four of us, ended up buying a cabinet he said he would never buy. Okay, Liam, do you remember this conversation? And I said, hey, a quick win for you, because Liam got a Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Quite possibly one of the best games ever made. And your point, there's you got a blue one back there. Yeah. So Liam gets a Donkey Kong. And then correct me if I'm wrong, the control panel was all messed up. Somebody had drilled bolt holes through it, put a Wicco in it, the wrong buttons, drilled it out. And I said to you in our conversation, the fastest, quickest way to win at this is just to go to Mike's Arcade. Mike makes the best possible solution.
You told me that, but here's the thing. I bought the Donkey Kong for $100, and I wasn't about to spend 3 times that on a control panel.
It's a nice Donkey Kong. You got it for $100. That's like a unicorn pickup right there for most people. There are so many people around the world who, some of them probably even listening to this, probably hate you with a fiery passion for getting a Donkey Kong for that price. Like, I got my 5-slot completely converted for 200 Canadian and a case of beer. That's one of my best pickup stories. And I'm mad at you for getting that Donkey Kong for 100 Canadian because it was pretty much done. Anyway, long story short, your control panel, correct, needed a refresh. We talked about buttons. We talked about joysticks. It started to get a little heated because I said, if you really want to play Donkey Kong, because you, correct me if I'm wrong, you and Sam don't care about Donkey Kong. You bought that for the most part because other people that come to your plays want to play Donkey Kong, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty much good.
So what kind of a horrible person are you that you would subject them to Donkey Kong with a Wicco stick or a Wicco stick? Literally, not to be a purist.
No, that's not fair. That's not fair. I always intended to replace the stick. Okay. I was not going to keep the Wicco.
But you weren't going to replace the buttons.
I was not going to replace the buttons.
But okay, so this is where the point of this topic came from, because we all of us kind of, well, maybe not Kay because he didn't care, but we started this debate in our little group chat that the four of us have, where we were saying that it's so important to have not only the right type of controls for the game that you have, but the right actual controls for the game you have for the most part, right? Like, yeah, you could play Bubbles without the 48 way.
It's an 8-way.
It's an 8-way, right? You could play Donkey Kong without an you could play Donkey Kong. You could play Robotron without the
You can
taller
set world
4-inch
records
deck.
with the wrong joystick on Donkey Kong.
You can. So that's the other darker side of it. You can actually be better. But I would argue that for the most part, because as Charlie pointed out, these games, when they were in development, the developers had access to the hardware, like Nintendo developers, as an example. They built the gameplay and the responsivity of the gameplay based off of the controls from Isaiah Seiko that they had at hand. Same thing with the buttons. And there's also like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a character to using the right controls, right? If you've got a track and field, you either grew up playing track and field with or without the little button guards. Right? There's a different gameplay style, even just the sounds.
Or with the trackballs.
Or with the trackballs, exactly. But there's like even the Nintendo buttons. There's a specific sound that the Nintendo buttons, the nylon ones make, that regular plunger buttons or regular Powell nut buttons don't make. It's a completely different sound. There's a completely different height to those ones. So there's literally a skill level. Like you watch King of Kong, like Fistful of Quarters, and you can, I think it's Steve Wiebe is talking about how he likes to hold the button about halfway down on his Donkey Kong cabinet. Yeah, there you go. So like there's a specific style and flair and feel. And I don't mean like you don't have to be like super picky and purist about this, but you probably should always aim for
But
the
it's
right
okay
button.
if you are.
It's okay if you are. Yeah. Like you're talking to someone who puts Ultimark gold leaf buttons on a track and field, or on my Ghouls and Ghosts, or on every single Neo Geo cabinet I've ever owned or that has come through my collection. I've had like a hand in restoring. Ultimark gold leaf buttons are the way to do it because that button technology is just superior. But like to put like crappy buttons on a Donkey Kong, like, man, you just lose so much of the gameplay. You can't set scores in the same way on a Wicco stick and crappy buttons than you can with the actual Nintendo controls.
And I can solve your beef with that immediately. Here's what you do. You want him to have that Mike's Arcade control panel so badly, you buy it and you ship it to him.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
I think he's waiting for me to ship him a test pattern generator for it.
Look, he doesn't want to spend the money.
You're missing the part where I did end up putting in Nintendo buttons.
That's irrelevant. The point is,
I only did it because it was convenient to do so.
Yeah. But like that's the whole point of this is,
and
like,
we berated you into it.
Exactly.
No. The reason was because I got a new overlay, and because the original one was cracked in half, so I got a new overlay, and the overlay wasn't drilled out, so I couldn't put those original buttons back in that were in the game. So I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm not going to drill it out. I'll just get the Nintendo buttons.
Good. Good.
It's the way to
honestly,
go.
It's the way to go. Like, again, there are some exceptions to this rule. Like I said, bubbles, right? Like I challenge anyone to really tell the difference between the right bubbles joystick and a regular 8-way stick.
Oh, you definitely can.
Yeah.
Can.
But does it really matter?
I think so.
Really?
I think it matters for like
as a Nintendo.
Like here's the argument. Okay, so the tapper tap handles are one-way sticks, right? In theory, and I've done it in practice, you can convert a pair of Galaga sticks to one-ways, and it works. It's just a little resistor plate or a restrictor plate on the back end of them, and they feel the exact same as a pair of regular one-way tap handles.
And then you just 3D print the thing you want to go on the top, right?
Oh God, no. Oh God, no. Anyway, so that's my rant. Liam, I applaud you for going out and getting the proper buttons and controls for it. But
Liam has gone to great lengths to get controls before.
Yeah.
Like random junkyards in New Mexico.
Inferno controls.
Yeah, I do. I have tracked down the original controls for Inferno, for Lunar Lander. Yeah.
What were you going to do if you couldn't find those Inferno controls?
I was going to build them.
Wow.
I've been working on some of the designs. There have been a few cases where I can't find something and I start reproducing it. Actually, hold on.
He'll be right back, folks. Just for those of you who are listening to the podcast, Liam has gotten up off of his chair and walked over to the back of his room. He's now putting his
popping
headphones
in and out of the
back
holodeck
on.
matrix.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
This is something I'm working on for somebody else. A prototype.
Would you like to explain to the viewers exactly what you're holding up during our show and tell portion of the show?
This is a stick for D-Day. I'm trying to work on putting it back together. So I've been investigating building it out. I just need to figure out the gearing mechanism.
That's cool.
But I've also been working on some reproductions for other joysticks and parts, slowly just documenting and building out the CAD. So yeah, if I wasn't able to find originals, I would have gone as close as I possibly could. Actually, my whole desk is littered in joystick parts right now because I've been experimenting with stuff.
Liam 3D printed a joystick part that I was literally using today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Got a really nice industrial printer in the back of the room, so I'm just making whatever I need.
Did you see? I don't know if any of you guys have noticed this. I started a thread on Clove. Oh, it must have been like 4 years ago now, 3 or 4 years ago, about how you can get the multi-board kit for Asteroid Deluxe, and Lunar Lander, about putting potentially Lunar Lander controls on a Cocktail Asteroids or Asteroids Deluxe. Some guy went out and made...
Yeah, I actually know that guy, and that build
so cool.
Is super cool. And
most practical use of a 3D printer in the hobby, as far as I'm concerned. Like, I'm gonna do that one of these days, soon. Because like Lunar Lander on the, like, you don't get the lights, sure, but I think Lunar Lander would be just awesome.
Lunar Lander is awesome. DJM points out the Berserk stick, and yeah, like that's the thing that Liam 3D printed for me, because the Berserk original joystick was this giant bat top, oversized joystick with an optical mechanism. So many of those failed in the field and got replaced by regular 8-way Wiccos, which you can play Berserk with, but it's not the same. The same feel, not the same experience. So in a previous episode of that restoration series, I fashioned a reproduction handle. Troy from Troy's Restorations and we found an industrial control manufacturer. I think it's Car Lane or something like that. And they sell all kinds of handles for all kinds of stuff. And we, through trial and error, we bought a couple different ones and we figured out what was exactly the right thing. I married that to a threaded Wicco joystick shaft. I had to use a poor man's lathe and a tap and die set to haphazardly extend the threading to get it all said and done. However, and it works. However, two things I'm not thrilled with that I've been working on. One is just having the regular flat washer, which looks like this. That's not good enough because the original had a domed metal washer, and it's not easy. I did a little bit of looking, could not find a good existing domed metal washer to just use, but there have been 3D models floating around on Claw for a while. So Liam printed me a set, so that was great. Did a little bit of light sanding to smooth them out, and spray painted it with metallic spray paint. And the other thing is the 8-way Wicco doesn't have the same feel. The mechanism doesn't have the same feel. Original Berserk joysticks are ungodly expensive and unobtainable, and even then they're not reliable. But what is slightly more obtainable and slightly less expensive, but still expensive, are Perfect 360s. And those have the closest approximation to the feel, right? Because you kind of got a full, it doesn't spin like a in Time Pilot and Gyrus.
The SNK ones? Or no.
Time Pilot and Gyrus is the Monroe joystick, right? But it does move around very, very smoothly. So
you kind of bring up an interesting point there about
how
the the old Berserk joystick, the ones that would fail in the field versus the ones that they replaced them with. So there is a long history of cabinets of that happening. Like, or even think about games where the prototypes had a completely different control scheme. Like
Yep.
Okay, here's the argument. Do you
Like
think
like the Street Fighter
Street
pneumatic
Fighter,
buttons?
yeah, that's exactly where I was going with. So the Street Fighter, do you think Street Fighter would have been as impactful as it was in pop culture, or as popular as it was in general in the arcade community, if they had the pneumatic buttons? For those of you who don't know, after the show's done, or if you're watching it on your computer or TV, open up your phone and Google Street Fighter arcade prototype pneumatic buttons, or just Street Fighter arcade prototype. It used to be this big, like half moon shaped cabinet, and it had these massive pneumatic buttons that looked like halves of dodgeballs that you would like hit, and those, you know, would create your punch and your kick. Super, super cool. But do you think Street Fighter would have been as good with that?
Dear Lord, no.
Obviously not. They got rid of those right quick.
Real quick. I think that game would have bombed if they hadn't switched it out at the last second. Not so much like it would have just failed in the field during product testing or failed in the field in general. I think Street Fighter, we wouldn't be talking about Street Fighter. There wouldn't have been a giant series of those games made. But the argument is those controls were made alongside the actual game itself. So I'm very curious to see how well the game plays with those controls.
Here's the thing. You talk about, you said before, the engineers who make the game had the hardware in mind, and they did the best they could with what was available with them at the time. Sometimes they made the wrong decision.
Oh, yeah.
And what they came out with didn't work. So sometimes what's original is wrong, and they came out with something better afterwards. Or somebody else came out with something better afterwards, and there's a retrofit that's much better than the originals. So maybe
Not
the
common.
original isn't always the best.
Yeah. Not a common thing to have happened, but there's some chances. There's some times when it has. Like, what is it? Bandito. I've seen 2 different joysticks on Bandito.
With the oven knob?
The oven, because it's basically Sheriff, right? Sheriff. So for those of you who don't know, Bandito is an American an American license of Sheriff. I've got both, and the knob is not the issue. It's the joystick that's the issue. When you play Bandito with the upright cabinet and the big joystick, it's got spring washers in it. But when you play Bandito or Sheriff on a Sheriff arcade cabinet like my Cocktail, it's like the old school radar scope Donkey Kong style Isaiah Seiko clunky joystick, millions of times better. I do like Bandito. It's a great game just because it's nice to have both in the collection, but I will play Sheriff any day. In fact, if I want to go for like a high score on my Sheriff, I'll go down and I'll sit and I'll practice on the Bandito because it's infinitely more difficult. And then I'll play the Sheriff.
It's like warming up, swinging 2 baseball bats at the same time.
Exactly.
There you go. But like, just think about some of these games, right? Like, and like your reaction should be if you were at someone's house, collector or a public arcade, and you walked up to one of these machines and it didn't have the correct controls, right? Just what would your the lemon face you would make when you see that, right?
But the
like
argument is, do you know any
without
better?
the thruster, right?
Yeah, but
Lunar
do you
lander
know any
without the
better?
thruster. We do.
We do.
We do.
But we're the 1%.
We do.
Do we matter?
We do matter. I think you matter.
No,
Chad.
we don't, because we just
don't.
play
I
the
don't
games
think-
at home. We don't go out and we spend the money at these places. We are not the demographic.
Yeah, when you're
the average
advertising to
consumer.
us going to the Calgary Stampede and paying $1 a game, I'm sitting here going,
You got
Yeah, but-
a battle zone with wrong controls.
I haven't paid for a game in 20
Right?
years. Come on.
But here's
I
the thing.
pay $1,000 for my.
Can I just kind of interject where it does matter? Let's say you grew up in the 80s and you haven't seen an arcade cabinet or a classic Charlie, you haven't seen a classic arcade cabinet. Let's say you haven't seen, we had this happen last year at 8-Bit Roundup at the Calgary Stampede. For the first 3 days of the Stampede, we had an Asteroids that we didn't have working because it just came down to the wire. We didn't get it ready. Craig and I finally sat down and we got his Asteroids working. That game not only was the second greatest producer of coin drop from everything that we had at the show, but there were multiple older gentlemen who grew up with Asteroids who would just show up. They would leave their family else. So this happened multiple times. It was insane. They would leave their family somewhere else at the Stampede, and they would come and they would just sit there for hours dumping quarters into that game. And for them, it matters. Now they haven't, and one of them even came up to us. She's like, "This is amazing. Like, I haven't seen one of these since, I was a kid. I didn't think these still existed." And he's like, the thought of dropping the coin in, hearing the sound, hearing the game sounds, playing it with the original controls. He says it was amazing for him. So I would argue that even if you're not part of the 1%, there is a group of people that it does matter to.
And if he walked up to a Donkey Kong and it had an 8-way Wicco on it, he would have been like, this doesn't feel right.
It's not the
He
same.
would have grabbed the side of that cabinet and he would have pushed it over onto its side.
No, but like
Crushing a small child.
He would have climbed onto another cabinet and then he would have hit it with a flying elbow drop. That's how
okay.
He would have just crashed out and destroyed everything.
So I'm 42. I was born in 1984. I was not around during the release of Donkey Kong. It wasn't until like close to 20 years ago when I first played Donkey Kong, and when around 15 years ago when I first played Donkey Kong with real controls. I can tell the difference now. When you walk up, there's something so like disheartening when you walk up to a Donkey Kong cabinet and it's got like a Wicco joystick in it, or it's got like just crappy off the shelf
micro switch joystick.
A micro switch joystick. It is horrible, and it's like I know right away. Like, I don't want to be a downer, but like I know right away I'm not going to put up a competitive score on this to like my level of play. It's not going to be a good experience.
What if you walk up to a Cubert and it doesn't even have a Cubes joystick? It doesn't have anything right.
Actually,
like a Wicco joystick.
The first time that Sam and I played Cubert, it had the wrong joystick, and in fact, it was mounted the wrong way. It was mounted
straight up and down.
Straight up and down.
Oh man, you can't even play that.
No, you can't. It was the first time we ever encountered a Cubert, and it was horrible. Playing it that way, and it actually like ruined our opinion of the game for a while until we found another one and gave it a second chance. And now we have two Cuberts.
Why did you give it a second chance?
Because they knew it was the wrong joystick.
I think
because they're hip to it.
But when you guys first started and that happened, how deep into the hobby were you?
Not very, no.
Okay. So you didn't know any different. What drove you to just give Cubert a second chance? Was it just there and you were bored?
It was there. Time. Okay. We were at an arcade.
Well, and they learned about the Cubert joystick.
Yeah.
And how unique it is and how it's mounted.
All you got to do is rotate your wrist 45 degrees. That's all you got to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember.
I don't want to see you making gestures like that.
You can't censor that. You can blur it out for the repeat. So I remember vividly Grinkfest 7. Okay, I had never tried an Atari 720.
Is this where your truck broke down?
Yeah, this is when our truck broke down. I remember vividly walking into Grinkfest 7, and this was the last Grinkfest, and it was themed Atari 720. We walked into Grinker's Grand Palace. We came around the corner. Literally had never seen that cabinet before. Cody or Josh, one of the two of them, started rolling the camera. There's footage of this somewhere on one of our hard drives, where we go up, we put a coin in that 720, we play it for a little bit, get hit by the bees, and then like puts it down. I step up and I just let go. I'm trying to do one of the downhill jump course, whichever one that is. We all just kind of walked away going, that was crap. Like, you can censor that. It's exactly 8:12 p.m. Charlie, you're going to censor. I'm going to say crap 2 more times. That game was absolute horrendous crap. Total crap.
It's going to sound know how to play.
It's going to sound so much better. Well, no, I eventually ended up owning one. It's a long story how I got one. It was offered.
He loves it.
No. Okay, full story. It was
just because a game is offered to you doesn't mean you have to say yes.
Let me finish. It was offered.
Tell that to me 5 years ago.
I've never said no to a game.
It was offered to me, and I knew 720. Well, I knew 720 was like a beloved game of one of my best friends, Arlen, who owns Pin Bar. I knew all he wanted in life was a 720 to put in at Pin Bar, And I mean, just because he is like, I just, okay, cool. So it was offered to me. I'm the one who did the restoration on it initially for another collector.
Did you do it the right way with the light behind the cassette thing?
Yeah. I did it. Someone had converted it to Buck Hunter. So I went out of my way, not only to do a proper restoration of it, had to plug some holes on the sides where the speakers had been, but like I did a good job. Like I used the same ground stainless steel paint that I use on Robotron cabinets. Gorgeous. Looked amazing. All new T-molding, everything. Redid the boards, the soundboard, the whole night. It was awesome. Had a second joystick, a reproduction joystick. I think it was like one of the ones from Ram Controls. I don't know how we got a hold of it, but gave it to Arlen, and he played it for a little bit. Now, this is one of his childhood favorite games. He played it for a little bit. We put it on location at Pin Bar, and nobody played it. It didn't make any money. Nobody cared. People would put money into it and walk away. There was no curb appeal. We would dump games, and when we dumped the 720, it's like it's one of the easiest games in the world to walk up to. There's two buttons that do the same thing and a joystick that spins in a circle. You would think it would be approachable, but nobody wanted to play it.
So we turned it back into a Bug Hunter.
No. I sold it to some guy in Montreal, I think. I can't remember. He's not even an arcade guy. He was a skateboard collector. And like I put it up on Facebook Marketplace and Kijiji or something like that. And we put it up for a decent price. It wasn't a crazy price, just kind of what we paid for it and some sweat equity you put into it, and put it up there and sold it. It's like one of the first games I've ever actually had to ship across country, and just loves it.
TCH.
Yeah.
And
I just checked. I just checked, and 720 is not on the list of Clov's top 100.
No, it is not.
Golden Tee is. Golden
Tee
is an earner. Yeah. Golden Tee is another game. Has to be played with a trackball. Golden Tee can't be played with anything other than a trackball. Just can't. Can't do it.
There's got to be a way to play Golden Tee without the trackball. Could you play Golden Tee with an analog joystick?
Why would anyone care to?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think it uses
probably. There.
Yeah, I don't think it's.
Figure out a way to adapt it. I could totally see that you could play it like that. I mean,
you could.
You can make.
I don't think so.
I have fond memories of like when I was younger.
Can create trackball signals from a joystick.
Yeah,
maybe that way. Yeah,
I have fond memories when I was in college, going to like the bars in Red Deer, just a city north of here, and hurting my wrist on the trackball, like just slamming that thing as hard as I could into the display. And like I would have loved to have played that game with a joystick. That'd have been way better.
Yeah. Like, I think all the trackball games really kind of require trackballs. Marble Madness, even though you can play it on the NES or other ports, but those ports are designed for a D-pad or something else.
I have Marble Madness on the Game Boy sitting in this display case back here. It's phenomenal on the Game Boy.
But it's designed, that port is designed for the inputs of it's not playing the arcade ROMs.
No.
Yeah.
Well, it's a Game Boy.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
I love the Game Boy. What other games? Star Wars without the yoke.
Oh.
It's not the same.
I could totally see you playing that with a flight stick as well.
You can, but it's not the same.
Might even be better.
I think it'd be fine.
I'm not saying better.
I don't think it would be worth it.
I don't think it would change it much.
Empire Strikes Back with just the...
Oh, you're talking about worth it. Is it even worth it to play Empire Strikes Back?
Oh, hot take. I like Empire Strikes Back, actually.
I like Return of the Jedi.
A whole quarter of the game is just tough.
I know, but like, I don't know. There's something, because Empire is my favorite Star Wars movie. So it's like, there's something about that. And like, I don't know.
It's a pretty mild take.
Yeah.
But to go back to Star Wars, you're saying that playing it with anything other than the usual yoke controller would make it unplayable, but I don't think so.
Not unplayable.
Yeah.
Because there's two different things. There's unplayable, right? That's
Okay.
one category, one species of complaint here. There's also you lose the experience big time.
But like,
right? Like you
think of
can
all
play Robotron with a joystick and buttons, but it's not the same, right? You can play trackball games with a joystick, but it's not the same. The feel's not the same. The experience is not the same. You can't compare how you're playing it to how someone else plays it when it's totally different controls. It's not the same.
I feel like if you played Star Wars with a flight stick, I don't think it would change your experience at all. It'd be the exact same.
Are you trying to rip on Star Wars? Or do you actually mean that?
No, I actually mean that. Like, I don't mind
like,
Star Wars. It's a fine game.
The yoke is just
it's not
two
that iconic.
potentiometers, right?
Yeah.
If you had an analog flight stick, it's basically the same thing with the same axes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't affect your ability to control anything any differently with having a flight stick as opposed to the yoke. So
isn't there a YouTuber out there? Not to like, it's kind of the same avenue. There's a YouTuber out there who has, I want to say it was Doom, the PC game Doom. I think he's beaten that on a Nintendo Power Glove at like the hardest level. A Nintendo Power Glove. He beat it on a Rock Band controller. Like he's finding the dumbest controls.
Oh, there's a guy who's beaten like Dark Souls.
Donkey Kong bongos.
Yeah. He played Doom on Donkey Kong bongos.
There's a guy who beat Dark Souls using a Guitar Hero.
I've seen that too. The gnarly. So it's like, it's not that these things can't be done. For the clicks, is it worth it? Yes. But is it going to be a good experience, I guess, is really what it comes down to. No.
It won't be a good experience and not the same. It's not the way.
Okay, so in a roundabout way,
designers intended.
So in a roundabout way, we've just proven Liam wrong and Chance right when it comes to his Donkey Kong cabinet from the very first
time
argument
for everything.
where this started from. Yes, thank you.
So yes, you have to buy him the correct control panel.
He already has the right.
You talked yourself into it. No, but it's not the control panel that's cost $300 that you've been talking about. So you still have to buy that for him.
No, I don't need to because he's already gone out of his way to make just as good of a control panel. I just said if he wanted to make a shortcut, the best way to do it, because Mike is amazing. Mike does amazing work. He has amazing stuff. If you need something for a Nintendo cabinet, you go to Mike's Arcade.
I got a couple of big orders to place with Mike soon.
Yeah,
and you should support him by buying that control panel and sending it to Liam.
But he's already got pretty. I know what you're trying to do. That's
he needs a spare, really.
He does not need a spare.
What if my control panel? What if he has a bolt? It's not perfect.
Exactly. See, what if he has?
I can send you that bolt. I've got
people
extras.
come over to play and. Like his joystick breaks and now his friends can't play Donkey Kong. What a disaster that would be.
Somebody did actually
humiliating.
Donkey Kong a few days ago, and they were like, "What is this game?"
Sorry, random Billy Bob just posted in the chat. He says some friends played Undertale with a DDR pad once. It was great. That's amazing.
Yeah, some of those boss fights would be rough.
Oh man, could you imagine? Like
let me turn this conversation completely upside down.
Please.
Okay?
Please.
Let's talk about the inverse. What are some games that would not lose anything if you use completely different controls?
When you say completely different controls, okay.
Here's an example. An example, just because it's right in front of me because it's on Liam's screen. I would argue that Solar Fox doesn't lose anything without the flight stick. If anything, the flight stick's a little bit cumbersome.
Emotional damage.
And you can pull the triggers, but you can also, it already has buttons on the control panel to use instead of using the triggers. So
when's the last time you played a Solar Fox with a flight stick?
I really want to see Liam rage quit from that comment.
I've never played it without it. I'm saying hypothetically in my head, if it had even just a Pac-Man joystick.
You know, that's basically what the Cocktail does have.
Yeah, right?
And Cocktail sucks.
And you guys don't necessarily know this. I have a Solar Fox project in my garage.
No pause. The Cocktail sucks.
I have a Solar Fox project in my garage, and I do have a reproduction. I have an original flight stick mechanism. I had to get a reproduction handle for it. That I'm excited about. That's going to be, we were talking about this on the Discord. I'm not going to be messing around with an MCR set because it's basically an empty cabinet. So that's going to be a bit kit. I need to order one as soon as Crafty Mech restocks them.
Soon. He said soon.
Soon, yeah. He's putting together an order, right?
Yeah. Did you see the hot take? The hot take in the chat just now?
Space Duel, the joystick.
The joystick is a lot of fun. Yeah, 100%.
I think a lot of those button-only games.
I would say the same thing about Defender.
Defender with a joystick would be
Defender
gnarly.
is overly complicated.
Defender has a joystick.
Yeah,
it's got an
I
up-down
Defender.
joystick. But if you take one that takes away the thrust button and uses just a joystick for left and right and
in reverse,
I can see that. That would be
It just simplifies the
simplify
controls.
a lot of things.
Yeah,
that way
you don't.
You only have to manipulate the joystick, not do the thumb stuff.
But like it's interesting because
there's a gesture. There's a gesture for you, Kay.
Here's one that would be like, it would be a different game if you did this, but if Food Fight had twin sticks, it would be an incredibly good game.
I can tell you from experience and
Berserk,
somewhat related. So I took, speaking of Game Boys, I took Donkey Kong 94 from the Game Boy, like the DMG Donkey Kong, and I wired that up to a Nintendo Versus panel with Nintendo Versus controls. That plays amazingly well with Nintendo arcade controls. Like almost
which game is this?
Donkey Kong 94. So like the original, like for it's for the DMG for the Game Boy. It's like It also works with the Game Boy, the Super Game Boy. It's like a bit of color to it. I'm waiting. There's a guy on Twitter who is properly colorizing Donkey Kong 94. The moment he's done, I'm going to go out to a buddy of mine who's a couple hours from here. I'm going to get a repro Nintendo red cabinet, and I'm going to make a Donkey Kong 94 arcade cabinet. It'll be the gnarliest thing.
You know, there's two, you know, so you probably know this, right? Given the hoodie that you're wearing. You know, the Super Game Boy, there's a Super Game Boy 2.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And it does do things differently than the original Super Game Boy.
Yes.
I don't know for a fact, but I would bet Donkey Kong 94 has a custom palette on the Super Game Boy 2.
There is a custom palette for that game on both on the Super Game Boy. But this guy is the same guy. I can't remember his name. He's the guy who colorized Mega Man, the Game Boy copy of Mega Man for the Game Boy Color. So he's actually making like a full color Game Boy, like let's say a DX version, right? And I've already seen the trailer of it. It looks phenomenally cool. So that just cool. To point it out there, that game, even though it's on a completely different platform, I've got the Japanese cartridge.
I'd love to get those ROMs before the Big N sends a C&D.
Well, the Big N doesn't seem to care about that for some reason.
Console ROMs?
Now you're jinxing it.
Yeah, I am, aren't I? Oh, crap.
Console ROMs. Wayne says Space Invaders is easier with a joystick. I think a lot of people would agree. However, I mean, also I think there were cocktail versions that had a joystick. Weren't there some Space Invaders, or maybe only clones? But so I would wonder if world-class players would agree about Space Invaders and, like, let's say Asteroids being played with a joystick instead of buttons, because I think you can switch inputs faster with buttons than with a joystick, right? Because when right, because like with a joystick, once it's angled this way, right, the throw distance and the time it takes to manipulate that joystick over is slower than letting go with one button and engaging another.
Yeah, Wayne says the Tato version had joysticks.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the Japanese.
Yeah, that's the one I want. Well, I want the Tato Slimline or Trimline or whatever is the one I want. But I think that like think about like Fly, right? How he plays track and field, like using 4 fingers to hit each button. Like,
yeah,
buttons can be manipulated because it's completely independent, right? Yeah. You can disengage one joystick and then instantly engage the other, or you can disengage one button and then instantly engage either the micro switch or the leaf switch for the other button faster than you can move a joystick from one side to another with, depending on the throw distance.
Yeah. But again, like, okay, so track and field, I don't know how many of you guys have played the trackball version versus the button version.
I've played both.
I've never played the trackball version.
I've played both.
I like it. The trackball
I
version.
hate track and field.
What? Okay, the only reason I play track and field, like my track and field, I've got the Hyper Sports track and field kit from High Score Saves. Literally the only sport that gets played on the whole thing is the skeet shooting one from track and field, because Vanessa and I are shotgun people. So it's like I'm considering just even getting rid of that cabinet, to be honest with you.
I did the thought about asteroids though. Did they raise something that was Omega Race? I think just genuinely has a better control system. The spinner,
yeah,
for asteroids, that would be an impressive upgrade. I think that would make asteroids that much more playable. And honestly, like a lot of two-way games would be much better with a spinner, just for the finely grained control you get for velocity.
Does the board support that though?
Well,
right, because the rotation.
Did you play Galaga with a spinner?
That'd be pretty cool.
But asteroids, the rotation speed on asteroids is a constant, right?
Yeah.
Versus Tempest, you'd have to redo the ROMs or something.
Yeah.
Big time $999 trillion super chat donation from the one, the only, the Jerry Voluptuous. Just got home and trackball track and field is better.
I don't know how much better. Like, it's good. If you get a chance to play track and field with a trackball, it's good.
What about games that the controls are fine, but the ergonomics are terrible?
I got a track and field PCB today.
Every Nintendo cocktail ever made.
Well, those, but like, I'm thinking specifically of Star Trek dedicated upright.
Well, I mean, okay, so Bandito versus Sheriff.
Yeah.
The Bandito controls, the joystick on Bandito, especially if it's not rebuilt or garbage.
Well, like on Star Trek, there are 4 buttons and a spinner.
Yep.
But the buttons are placed far enough apart that unless you are like 8 feet tall, you're not going to be able to have your hand in one spot and hit those buttons.
Or every single multi-Williams control panel ever made if you're trying to play Stargate or Defender.
Exactly.
I've heard that argument so many times.
The layout, but the button distances are the same.
No, they're not. They're not. I literally, so like that multi-Williams that I have, like my really, really nice one that I made out of the wood panel, there's a certain part of pride and joy of making a multi-Williams out of a wood panel, not the stupid metal one, because the sound and the feel is completely different.
I got my multi-Williams panel from Tony.
It's really hard on the original Joust Robotron panels because of the way that the wood, you have to drill.
But this was a wood.
Yeah, yours is a reproduction. Designed
just like an original, but with the layout. But I think it's not exactly the same as Defender and Stargate.
It's not. I posted mine, I think it was on Clav or it was on one of the Facebook groups years ago during COVID when I finished it. Somebody said, "Hey, it's not the same playing Defender." It was Defender or Star, same thing. It's not the same because of the reach for the stick. They complained about it.
Well, the joystick is that because it's an 8-way joystick.
Yeah, but like the thrust button and the whole line. Yeah. So like I went and I played it.
Like you got to trade off between, do you want the height of a Robotron joystick or do you want the short throw, 2-way vertical of the Defender? And I would imagine, maybe I'm biased, I think you got to make it for Robotron.
You got to make it for Robotron because you can use it for bubbles and joust. Actually, interesting. So if you're out there and you're listening to this and you're making a multi-Williams cabinet, I would strongly recommend going to Groovy Game Gear and getting a pair of their Dominix 8 joysticks with a mildly gated 8-way restrictor, and like it's an octagon restrictor. That is the way to do a joystick for a multi-Williams.
An 8-way, a gated 8-way?
Yeah, I know it sounds
Robotron and Bubbles.
Stupidly crazy.
And Sinistar?
It is a mildly gated 8-way. Because like you have to think out of all of the different controls. I know this is like a super hot take now that I think about it. The best controls you can put into a multi-Williams control panel for joysticks, the best controls you can put, like get the leaf switches with the raised leaf and the actual buttons on a wood panel. That's the way I did it. I think that's the best way of doing it. It's a lot better than the metal ones or like clicky buttons. But I would argue the absolute best joysticks all around, which sounds so unintuitive, for a multi-Williams board, like a J-Rock or the old multi-Williams board, are the mildly gated 8-way sticks from Groovy Game Gear. It's got like an octagon mildly gated restrictor, and you can change the ball tops so that they're the Joust blue and yellow. It's actually really cool. I enjoy playing mine all the time.
And you're a Robotron player?
Not very well, but I enjoy.
Maybe if you didn't have a gated 8-way, it'd be better.
It's no, like it's still fun. Like Bubbles, it's arguably it makes you a better Bubbles player. Defender, you have the mild gate, so you can feel and Stargate. Joust, you feel the gate. I know you're crying inside.
It's
It
Sinistar.
doesn't matter for Defender and Stargate. It's left and right.
But it's mildly gated, so you can still. But then you're not going to go and change the stick. Like it's not like that Ultimark joystick where you can change the thing.
I have one like that. Yeah,
They're
Do
cool.
you get
Yank
$1
and
every
turn.
time you say mildly gated?
Yes.
You got to stop restricting yourself, man. Let
Ah,
yourself free.
wait a minute.
Great timing.
Yeah, thank you.
That's
Anyway, I
some
digress.
other games. What are some other games?
Space War.
Major Havoc. Major Havoc. It's gotta be. It's
Got to
gotta
be a roller.
A roller. It's
Yeah.
gotta
Now, I would say the spinner works fine on Major Havoc too. I've had both.
be.
Space War.
But the roller is so much better.
It's cool, but
So
is it,
cool. Again,
is
I'm
it
not saying
actually
it's unplayable with the spinner
is it actually better?
because it's so
it's
unique
cooler.
too. It's so unique. You lose something. You do lose something.
Could you play Space War with a joystick?
I mean, if you say you can play Asteroids with a joystick, you can
Instead
play
of-
Space War with a
Space War with
joystick.
Instead
but
of
you
a
don't have
mechanical
those-
keyboard.
That's what I'm saying. Like it has those clunky, or what is that other game that has the little 8-way mechanical buttons? Is that Flower?
What?
What am I thinking of?
I think of Sundance.
Sundance. Sundance's controls. Could you play Sundance with different controls?
I wouldn't know. I've never
play
played
Sundance with Sundance controls. It's a horrible game.
Yeah, but it's still a game that was released.
Isn't it like Hopscotch, the arcade game?
It's a number pad, and the idea is suns drop down from the top, and you catch them by pressing the button on the number pad that corresponds with where the sun is on the grid.
Charlie, if you found and restored a Sundance, I would never make fun of you again for hoarding. Ever.
I mean, if someone wants to gift me one, I'm not going to turn that down like your Motor
Sundance,
Race USA
it sold
cocktail.
on eBay last week for like $1,800.
Yeah. The only reason I even
100
know
or 18,000.
100.
1,800.
The only reason I know that game exists is because we did a raid a number of years ago on an old vendor here in Alberta, and he had a new old stock Sundance control panel overlay. And like
I
I
only
took
know
that
that-
home not knowing what it was.
From one of the biggest earlier controversies in Claw of history.
Huh?
The
You don't know
Sundance
that story?
You don't know the
Yeah.
Sundance story?
I'm not even
People-
that active on Club. I know that one.
Contrary to popular belief, I don't actually like drama.
Drama.
What was
Drama.
You don't know that story?
I don't.
Oh.
that? Oh my. I think we're taking a
People
detour
almost people like there was litigation, I think.
here. It was crazy. That was probably one of the longest threads on Kaloff.
Really?
It's hundreds of pages of absolute drama.
And guess who was at the center of it?
Sorry, I got distracted. Somebody asked, "Could you
Mr.
play Sheriff with the 2 joysticks?" And no, you can't. You need
Guess who was at the center of that drama?
drama?
Liam. He stole it.
MrPets.com himself.
Who?
Greg McLemore.
Why are
Yep.
you? Who?
Also, I pointed the wrong way. He's over there.
Yeah. Damn.
Okay, wow.
Can one of
Oh.
you send? This is going to be my after show reading. Give me
guy
the
who
Cole's
runs
notes.
Clove. The guy
Yes.
who runs Clove.
Oh,
Greg
yeah. Okay.
McElmore.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Macklemore. Yes.
He, in his career, he's best known for being the pets.com guy.
Oh, really?
You remember
I didn't know that.
pets.com?
Yeah.
So he made a decent amount of money off of that.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's like the biggest highlight of it. He's done other stuff, but that's like the biggest highlight of his career.
Yeah.
And he was at the center of the Sundance.
Give me the Cole's
drama.
notes. What happened with that then?
There was an abandoned building. Some
Someone
guy
found
found a Sundance, couldn't find an owner, couldn't find whatever, basically tried to appropriate it. Macklemore inserted himself. I think he found the actual owner and like seized it, and it was like allegations of both allegations of like legal stolen property type of stuff.
Wow.
But then also like rather than finding the legal owner and like putting them in touch, found a legal owner for him to get the Sundance as opposed to the person who kind of discovered it.
Oh my God.
Right. So like skunk the guy, and the guy was not, it was like being open about this. Like, I found this, I can't find the owner.
Yeah.
Right. This is an abandoned building, and it's like you can just walk in and do whatever. Right. Someone's going to, excuse me, someone's going to vandalize this, someone's going to steal it. You know, meth heads are going to get in there and strip all the copper, whatever. Right. And so
That's his tradition.
yes, Greg found the owner somehow, maybe better record searches or something.
Yeah.
And rather than like putting them in touch to make, you know, a good faith deal happen, Greg wound up with it instead of the guy who discovered it.
Wow. And then
Yeah.
so this went to
It's worth
litigation.
noting that the guy that you're talking about who had the machine was not the one who discovered it.
Oh, okay.
It started out as somebody on like a urban exploring website had found the place and was taking photos in there, posted it, and then someone on K-Love saw that post, saw a picture of Sundance, posted that to K-Love, and then a third guy saw that and went out there and grabbed the game.
Okay, yeah, this is part of the reason why I don't follow drama. That's crazy. Y'all Yanks like are pretty quick for litigation.
It's
moral
all
of the
based on
story
the
is-
same English
How-
common law system.
How
The
did
moral
you
of the
guys?
story is if you find a machine and you don't know who owns it and you steal it, don't tell anybody.
How did you guys go from having the Wild West, where everyone had a 6-shooter on their hip, killing each other just for looking at each other wrong, to calling a lawyer?
I miss the good old days myself.
Yeah,
That's actually a misconception. People didn't actually just shoot each other all the time. There was a real system of law there. Do your research. Ugh.
I've seen Tombstone. Hold on. Breaking news. 50 quintillion billion trillion dollar super chat donation from superfan Kawaru 0005, aka John. Donation to either find a happier streaming package or make Chance play Sheriff with 2 joysticks. Go make it happen, Chance.
okay, Charlie. I made the call at the beginning of this episode that if you got up to $50 in total donations, you should maybe take a crack at OBS so we didn't have to use StreamYard anymore.
I use OBS. I use
No,
OBS
but, like,
all the time.
Properly use OBS so we don't have to deal with StreamYard anymore.
Let's hire a producer.
And then no, we
by
don't
the
need
way,
a producer. You just need to do the like 10-5. Take a week out of working on your arcade games and just like put it towards not using StreamYard anymore. And then,
I want to find a different platform because StreamYard is worse than it was when we started.
Agreed.
By the way, they've
Well,
turned
now
off a
you have
bunch of the
$50
features.
to pay for a new platform.
It's $25 after YouTube takes
Now
its
you got
half.
$25.
And then it's
to pay for a new
$25 minus
platform.
No.
taxes.
I said $50 in donations. But here's the kicker. I will, if you go out of your way to actually take the time to learn how to use OBS properly with the YouTube channel and get us all connected to the whole thing. If you actually take some time and just do that, I will play Sheriff with 2 joysticks. I don't know how I'm going to hook that up. I might not be able to get till August after 8-Bit Roundup because we are super swamped. This is like literally the only time I'm taking away for this. But I promise you, I will play Sheriff with 2 joysticks. Even on this live stream, I'll somehow get a live stream going over in the other room where my Sheriff cocktail is. I will play Sheriff with 2 joysticks. Not very
We
well.
are almost at Kay's favorite number in terms of total donations. We are at
$68.
$68.98.
Almost nice.
There you
That's
go.
the wrong sound. Wait.
Thank you, John. You are too kind. You've always been too kind. Maybe we get more donations. Chance can afford better beer.
As if any of those donations go to Chance.
Yeah, like I'm doing this
Don't
for
worry.
the good of the people. I'm not getting a dime for being on
You,
this show.
you guys
I'm
will
not
get your
complaining.
$100 checks one day.
Yeah, right. I don't
Again, like you see $50, that winds up being like $17. I'm not kidding. That's like $17. Not to diminish at all John's donation. YouTube takes half,
Emotional damage.
and then the IRS takes like 30-something%.
You guys pay taxes?
And then what is it called in Canada? Is
The
it
CRA?
like it's, what is it in Britain? It's like Internal Revenue or
Internal Revenue. We call it Canadian Revenue Agency, so CRA. So if you
So in your own country, you call it Canadian.
yeah, if you sign up as a
would be
registered religion, you don't have to pay tax.
Why are you surprised by that?
But in their own
United
country.
States Postal Service.
Yeah, what
Sure,
the heck,
yeah,
man?
No, yeah.
Don't be a hater.
That's yeah.
You
But
are
like-
a hater.
We don't call it the U.S. Internal Revenue Service.
We call it the United States Department of State.
no,
yeah.
it's, well, only to differentiate.
The
It's
U.S.
it's-
Department of Homeland Security.
but that's not its official name.
What's the
But that's
official
all
name of the
different because it's
What's
not
the
Department of
official
Homeland
name of the Agricultural Department in the United States, huh?
The Department of Agriculture.
I mean,
The U.S. Department of
USDA.
Agriculture.
Nope.
The USDA.
the-
How about the
nope.
USDA?
That's an acronym. The real.
What's it stand for?
But here's the thing. That's not its official name. The official
Oh.
name is. It's like the Ohio State. It's the Department of Agriculture.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's our language now.
Why are you suddenly ragging on the Canadian Revenue Service? Like we're on the same
No,
team.
it's no. I think it's just funny for it to.
We're
be
not on the
called
same
that.
team yet.
Not yet.
It's like
Once
like,
you're
hold on.
annexed.
Soon.
There's something. It's like when my daughter, who is still quite young, instead of like sometimes at home because she's so used to talking with her friends at school or whatever, right? Where if she's referring to her mother, my wife, to her friends, she'll say "my mom."
Yeah.
But
I just
when
want to point
she's
out, Charlie, that I went to the website for the Department of Agriculture, and at the very
That's-
top of the webpage, it says United States Department of
right,
Agriculture.
but that's not its legal name. But at
According
home,
to whom?
sometimes
You?
my daughter will accidentally say "my mom." No. It's
Wait,
there.
wait.
Have you
Was
ever had
agriculture an original department,
that
or was it
you,
added?
you
I can't
had-
remember.
you do
That's how kids talk.
you want you could do so you do
I've waited for so long to use that on you.
That's how kids talk until they're in like middle school
Uh-huh.
all the time.
Yeah. We lost all.
But she'll say when she'll be talking to me, right? She'll say something like, "Oh, what did you have for lunch?" Oh,
we
instead of saying "Mom made ham and cheese sandwiches," she says "my mom." I'm
She
like,
says
well,
the United States mom.
there
that
you go.
$50 took us off the rails so
Oh
fast.
my goodness!
So to bring back to the original point, if people want to donate, they should mail cash.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
that
Mail
works.
cash. Do you have a PO
Other
box,
marketable
Charlie?
securities.
Do you have a PO box you could put
I
up on
did,
the
but I
screen?
let it go.
Oh.
I let it go. However, here's something funny.
How much does
I
that
was
cost
in the
you a year?
post office. I was in, what's that?
How much does that cost you a year to have?
I forget. It's not that much, but
Is it more
the
than
problem
$50?
is for a whole year? That's probably around what it costs. But the problem is that's for the teeny tiny smallest little, right?
Yeah.
What did I use? So here's a lore drop.
Oh, Lord drop.
Overtime Arcade is not the first YouTube stuff I ever did. I used to, way back when, I used to review cigars.
What?
Right?
No.
And it wasn't
How
my
do you review cigars when you can't get Cuban tobacco in the United States?
you just can't get it legally. And actually, most Cuban cigars, like you do not want a $10 Cuban cigar. You do not want a $10
This is
Cuban
true.
cigar.
Yeah.
50, 75, $100. That's when you start to get a decent Cuban cigar, right? I actually really like Nicaraguan tobacco. Honduras and Dominican, not so much, but
no.
I think
garbage.
Nicaragua, because I like very heavy.
So like you're a
cigars.
Cohiba
Anyway.
Black guy.
Not even more like I like everything out of the My Father factory.
We're really off the rails now.
AJ Fernandez stuff, tatuaje, which is tattoo in Spanish. Anyway, I had the P.O. box for that. But funny thing, I went to the post office for unrelated
The United
reasons.
States Post Office?
My local post office. And just
What's it say on the door?
Just for grins, I went and I tried my combination on the P.O. box and it still worked. And there was junk mail for me from like 2 years ago.
But you're not
here's
paying
the
for
thing.
it anymore.
I just wanted to try, right? And it was still the only stuff that was in there was old junk mail addressed to me. That's another problem. Even when you have a P.O. box, it's going to be packed with junk mail constantly. That's like 70% of all mail volume.
Don't you guys have a system at the USPS? Sorry, what is it? The United Postal Service?
United States Postal Service.
United States Postal. Yeah. Don't you guys have a system where you can tell them no unaddressed mail? Because we have that.
Oh, you never watched Seinfeld? There was a whole episode about that. And oh, by the way, people have tried it. Literally, they will not do it because that is what pays for the post office.
Yeah. But Canada Post has that same problem. But we can literally tell Canada Post no unaddressed mail. And a little sticker shows up in our post boxes because we have these like community post boxes. Most Canadians now have a community post box because they don't do door-to-door delivery anymore in Canada because they save money because we're smart.
Even Amazon does door-to-door.
Oh, that's different. That's Amazon. Bezos wants to pay for that last mile delivery. That's totally fine. But Canada Post by itself can't hold itself up. Like the billions of dollars in like debt Canada Post has. All the other Canadians are like, shaking their head at me right now.
Are they on strike right now?
Probably. I don't know anymore. As a union member for multiple film and television unions, I have to say I support my brothers and sisters at the Canada Post for the right to fair wage and fair living expenses. But seriously, like Canada Post, I think is a redundant thing right now. I've known mail carriers before. Like it's just like it's dumb. We don't need Canada Post anymore, as far as I'm concerned. But we do have these big post boxes. And they're like a block away from all of our houses. Like mine's like a block down the street, and it's got 20, 40. It's kind of like when you go to the post office and have a PO box, but they're there, and people in the neighborhood stick ads for like they're lost because the couch they're trying to sell on the side. But you get a sticker and it says no unaddressed mail inside on your thing. So when they open up the big door that opens all of them when they're the mail carrier and they drop them in there, they can't put flyers in there. And if you have a problem, you can contact Canada Post and they'll reprimand that mail carrier for it.
The flip side of that, though, is the people who sent the junk mail paid for that, right? They paid for that.
I don't care. I used to be in marketing, right? For 20 some odd years. I was a marketing specialist. I get it. I don't care.
There have been a number of instances of mail carriers trying to help out their what was it? Not patrons or whatever, their customers or whatever, right? And like mail carriers have gotten arrested because they found them with hordes of undelivered junk mail that they just haven't gotten around to disposing of, but just like giant, trash bags filled with undelivered junk mail because they were trying to be nice to people. But
see, hot tip for any Canadians listening: if you have one of those community mailboxes like we do here in Alberta, or in my neighborhood anyway, they're all over the country, and you get any unaddressed mail, there's a little slot at the top of the mailbox for outgoing mail. You just take it and you shove it in that slot and make it somebody else's problem.
There you go. All right. So I think we've covered the topic. Why don't we go back around and talk about the stuff that we usually talk about at the beginning? What you're working on, parts you're looking for, what you're excited about, stuff coming up on your channel. Let's start with Mr. K with that.
So I had mentioned last time that my girlfriend has started working with me as my
channel member girlfriend.
That's right. She's now official.
She's channel member now.
One of the newest channel members.
We've seen her on the channel, so we know she's real.
Yeah, she exists. She's not just a creation of my imagination or anything like that.
Nope.
She's tangible. She exists.
Not like Liam's cat.
We've seen her.
She's actually in the other room. She's practicing bass right now because she has a gig in a few weeks. So
I don't know where I was going with the cat comment. I don't. Yeah, it's weird.
Liam and I are dog owners.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I have 5 cats at this apartment, so I can't.
You have cats that don't even belong to you that come through that window on occasion while we're on stream.
Yeah, and she had 4 kittens in my apartment. So.
Oh my God, really?
So yeah, I'm a cat grandpa. Getting off topic. So we've been working on plenty of things together in the shop. You will see more videos on my TikTok at prime_arcade on some of the things that we've been working on. The video that I'm filming now is we are simultaneously building a couple of multicades. I'm working on a 3001. She's working on a 60-in-1. And so the next video is going to be posted when both of those are finished. You'll see plenty of more repair videos from the both of us. You'll also see more videos of the free samples of stuff that I get because people keep sending me stuff.
What's the latest thing Inko has learned? Like new skill, new. Like you talking about cap kits?
Freud was right.
Learned cap kits.
Like what she had done before she had started her job and worked with me previously, like a little over a year ago. She had already done some cap kits, so she's going to get started back into doing recaps and stuff like that again. But it's going to be just a refresher course for her. She's done that before. I had assigned her to put together essentially a Daytona 2 cabinet that we had.
Daytona
2.
Like
Daytona.
Let's go away.
Sounds like a fishing game where you can't play at night.
Are you gonna send her all expenses paid to Randy Fromm's week-long training course?
Oh, do it!
I would love to go to one of those myself because all my experience with that is.
I think it's been a while, but
yeah,
I think he still does them occasionally.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, he still hosts them every once in a while. You have to go to him, but
where
he still does them.
He's in Connecticut.
He goes all over.
Somewhere in New England.
I don't think so.
He mostly does it from where he is.
Oh, Charlie, you're close to New England, aren't you?
What does close mean?
I think he'll go some places if someone like puts together a large enough class for him to do it. But for the most part, I think he just does it from home or what's close to him.
I should do a pinball class here in Alberta.
Huh. No, he's in California. He's in El Cajon, which is like
okay, so he's the opposite end.
San Diego.
Either way, he's nowhere.
I thought you said he was an alcoholic. I'm like, he's an alcohol. It's like, wow, that's drama.
Look, California or Connecticut, either one is nowhere near me.
Anyway, we're off topic. Kate,
his website, the last 2 he did were in 2024, Netherlands and Los Angeles.
Okay.
I think
so. Maybe it's been 2 years.
Interesting.
It's only $1,000. It includes tools, gives you tools.
Really?
And his book.
$1,000 he's charging for that.
Yep. $9.95. It's 5 days though, which is
oh yeah, that's not horrible.
You're learning from the best in the business.
I think I'm good without that.
I don't think
you're a former NASA engineer. Like, of course you're good without that.
The book's it's under $100. I should just buy it.
Oh, you want anyone to learn how to drive? Yeah, I've won the 24 hours of Le Mans. Like, are you kidding me?
Everyone who's taken the class has had nothing but good things to say about it.
Except Liam. Someone else will spend that money for Liam, and he'll go like, "I'm too good." You're like Ron Swanson walking into a Home Depot. I know more than you.
Yeah.
There you go. Let me tell you something though. My job recently sent me to a week-long training, and it was the only time in my career that an employer sent me to a 5-day training thing, and it was phenomenal.
Where was it?
I was like, it was.
And what was it for? You're a C class.
It was in Salt Lake City. It wasn't just for me. Like they sent a bunch of us to it, a bunch of my engineers. It was in Salt Lake City. It was supposed to be in San Francisco, but they changed it. But it was. The training was awesome.
What was it for?
I don't want to talk about that.
I want to talk. I want to hear it. What was it for? Why did you talk about it later for 5 days when it wasn't about a drug deal?
What kind of training is awesome?
Yeah, for 5 days in Salt Lake City. That sounds like a meth lab training.
The very new programming.
We're gonna go to Salt Lake
Computer
City.
programming stuff.
I don't feel like it takes 5 days to learn how to make meth.
Awesome. Yeah, you got to get good though.
You say that like you're from experience.
It's like, I mean, if morons can
Okay.
do it, come on.
So
Anyway.
send Anko. I'm sure if you pay for 2, you'll get some kind of discount, right?
He's trying to get back on
$900
topic.
instead of
He's
1,000.
got to start doing it again.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I assigned her a Daytona 2 to put together because it was working, but we had bought it from a guy that we bought a bunch of stuff from. It was like a warehouse raid. We bought like 40 machines from this guy, but they were all very haphazardly just thrown together. A lot of monitors and stuff were mounted very, very poorly.
This is the big yellow Daytona, like the racing, the sit down Daytonas.
Yeah, it's a single sit down, but it's very poorly put together and just mounted poorly and like wired very poorly. Like some of the wiring inside, like I'm pretty sure if you just touched it wrong would electrocute you. Like a lot of wires wrapped around just stuff and kind of taped up and just high voltage that should not be exposed as it was. So basically I gave that to her and said, make this look good and work good. And this is yours. And so she's been working on that.
Question for you before you get off topic, because that does come up recently on our side. How is Daytona 2? Like, is that a good game? Is it? I've never played it.
I've
love
only
Daytona. Seen pictures.
Daytona is one of my favorite classic racers.
But specifically Daytona 2 with the yellow cabinet sit-down racing game.
I've played a lot more Daytona 1 than I have 2, but 2 is basically the same game with like more tracks.
Okay. I was saying we've got a couple potentially coming for the Stampede thing, so I don't. You're the first person I know to talk about it. So
Daytona is great.
Okay, it's a racing game. Who cares?
Is it if it's better than Hydro Thunder? Cool. If it's better than Rush the Rock,
it's older than those games because like Daytona's from like 1994 or something.
Yeah, but
like
is it better than Rush the Rock? Because
it's better than.
It doesn't say Daytona.
Oh, that's the best part of the Sega.
Yeah, you gotta have the rolling start.
Yeah.
It's better than the Cruising series for sure. I would say that absolutely. But building the 60 ones, like she's doing that for the first time, and I want to get that to the point where I can just give her a cabinet and say, build another one. And this is the second one that she's done with my supervision, and she's done most of it just with me just kind of watching over her shoulder. So it's going to get to the point where I can just step aside and let her do it. And since that's my best seller, we'll be building plenty of those. So
2 questions. When's her next quarterly performance review, and how many HR violations or complaints has she filed against you?
Since she initiates a lot of those things, I don't think she's allowed to complain.
Oh my god!
But there's the power dynamic, so it's different.
We literally saw Zoolander last night, and now that you've said that, all I can hear is tushy squeeze.
As far as the power dynamic goes, I mean, honestly, we know who holds the power in the relationship.
Whoa!
So don't worry about
it.
it.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, exactly.
The power, the pants, the pocketbook.
You see, he gets it.
The cat.
There you go.
There was a cat. I don't know.
You'll also see more videos of the more of the free samples that I get. So I'll just be hawking more stuff, more dumb stuff that gets sent to me. So just random tools and supplies and stuff. And
it's not dumb if it's free.
It's not dumb if it's free, but some of the things that I get offered have absolutely nothing to do with what I do. So if you see me like trying to sell you like
a ramen,
did you get the one about the Chromecast compatible projector or something?
Those are awesome.
I don't think I've seen
you get
that.
spammed with that one.
I get stuff for like a lot of kitchen supplies and like I get a lot of women's clothing and like hair stuff. Like
yes,
I guess
the
I can
algorithm
have her do
has
it for
decided
me.
You need a lot of women's clothing.
No, the algorithm has just decided that I have followers, therefore I sell things.
It's strictly a comfort thing.
It does not matter what the category is. They just
it's a European cut.
It's a European cut. Yeah.
Yeah. Like they want me to sell bras, and I'm like, I'm a dude. They want me to sell fake eyelashes.
Hey, man.
A man's ear.
A man's ear. Yeah. Look,
all right.
It's a thong. It's strictly a comfort thing.
We got 5 new. I gifted 5 channel memberships to T. Perry, Bushy Bros Amusements, Chris Eddings, Sprint Star. I think Sprint Stars had it before, and Frank Meister. Congratulations. Again, after the stream, I will go and make a members-only post with the link to the Discord. If you already have your Discord and YouTube accounts linked, it'll just pop up like that. And yeah, welcome to the channel membership program. Okay, anything else?
No, I think that just about covers it. I'm trying to get a kitten to come over here so I can put it on screen, but it's ignoring
That's the thing. Like, dogs will come when you call their name. Cats will just look at you menacingly.
Dogs are
Maybe
better
some
animals.
dogs.
Yeah, I think he's giving me the finger right now.
Dogs,
so-
no, dogs are better animals across the board. Have you ever heard of a drug sniffing cat, or a seeing eye cat, or a rescue cat, or an emotional support? Well, that one's kind of. Cats don't care that you exist.
Husky's basically a cat in a dog's body.
Agreed.
There is a husky in the apartment next door to us that just is a puppy and neglected. So we just hear it howling all the time, and we think it's hilarious. It's
Aw,
completely destroyed the blinds.
nice.
They are not going to get their deposit back.
Yeah, huskies can be pretty destructive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Liam,
I don't
they
think
do
they
not
know
call
what they
when
were
they're
doing when
called.
they got their puppy back.
Hmm.
Liam, you've been busy at Retro Robotics. When's the next video coming out?
Yeah, I don't know.
What was that
Maybe
sound?
One day.
He banged his face against the microphone.
It sounded like he banged his face against the aquarium glass. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day, if I ever decide to take time away from actually fixing games to working on taking a video of something.
Just live stream it.
yeah, live stream for 12 hours. Liam repairs a PCB.
I've
I
done
love-
that
I am
during
working-
members only. Like
I
I'll just
jump
be
in
doing
on
a cap
that.
kit or something.
I
I'm
would
working
heckle
on a
that
variety
stream.
of stuff right now. I've got a pile of Williams boards, a pile of Cinematronics stuff that I need to go through. I still have Lunar Lander on the bench that eventually I'll fix, and same thing with the Space Wars. I did finally get two Cinematronics Keltron HV units.
Ooh.
So I'm going to use one for Space Wars, and the other one will be for War of the Worlds, which I have a set for. So that'll be a fun one to put together.
I'm going to Google that. I did not know that was a game.
War of the
No.
Worlds.
War of the Worlds.
You didn't know that was a game?
I knew it was a radio play and a really horrible Tom Cruise movie.
It's a pretty horrible game too, but I like the theme.
That's
It
cool.
reminds me a little bit of Missile Command in a weird way.
That looks so gnarly.
And I'm looking for Omega Race parts as usual. I still have that cockpit sitting in my garage. I've not managed to find a single part for it.
I've seen it. It's real. It exists.
It looks really nice. It's just completely empty.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
I need a power solution for Omega Race. I need a transformer. So if anyone has the transformer parts of a Omega Race, off the top of my head, it's an MT88 Midway transformer. I would really like to get one of those.
What other games used it?
Just Omega Race. Just Omega Race. And last thing is I'm looking for empty cabinets. I've got a number of projects that need empty cabinets. I'm looking for Joust or Stargate cabinets. Empty.
Isn't there like 84% of an empty Williams cabinet in one of your outbuildings?
Specifically Joust or Stargate I'm looking for. And I'm looking for an empty Data East cab with a flat marquee and an empty Cinematronics vector cabinet.
We got close. I found one today, but I think it's Rockola. Like you said.
It's Rockola. I talked to them too. I'm trying to see if I can grab that for a different long-term project. But
there you go. It was a good price too.
Yeah, but I haven't heard anything back. So,
oof. Chance, what's going on in your life?
8-bit roundup at the Calgary Stampede, July 2nd to the 12th. Literally, I am doing absolutely nothing but every waking minute between now and the middle of July, focusing 100% on 8-bit roundup. So, yeah, I will have renderings to show you soon. What it looks like. Yeah.
Good. Kitty shot.
Nice pussy. Cat.
Ugh.
Hold on a second. 11:07 p.m.
That totally doesn't count. It's a nice pussy cat. We call them that here in Canada. You're just a hater.
Liam, did you really say that 47 minutes, 37 minutes ago?
What?
What?
What? Yeah, no. So Charlie, to answer your question, not much else.
Is that who put that in there? I don't remember Liam saying that. Anyway, yeah, TVMA Kawaru. Yeah. Well, I've been busy. Let's see. Just today I was working on Berserk, and you know it was really cool. My youngest kid, for whatever reason, the last 2 days has been all about helping me in the garage, working on stuff, holding tools, handing me tools, and I'm like making stuff up, right? Like
You're beating them because they're not holding the flashlight properly. Is that what you're getting at?
No, not at all. Not at all. Because you gotta want them, you want to get them happy about it. But like he's thrilled, like I'll just hand him 4 carriage bolts to hold on to, right? And then
How old is he?
7.
Why did you have to stop and think about that for a second?
Because he just turned 7.
Yeah, but wouldn't
so used
you
to call
know
him
that
6.
even quicker?
I have 4 children. I got to do math in my head when he asked me any question like that. But like, you know, he was helping me a ton and it was fantastic and he was loving it. He woke me up early this morning. He's like, oh, we got to work on the game. We got to work on it's Berserk, right? Got to work on Berserk. He also really, really wants me to do Outrun. So we'll be working on Outrun soon. But yeah, I'm trying to finish a bunch of games because I got 6 cabinets coming into the garage. For the tour, I did some rearranging and cleaning up. So I got some space, but gonna finish Berserk. Moon Patrol's probably gonna get finished next. That's done except for cosmetic work. I think I'm going to like put a clear coat on the original sides because it's really kind of flaking off. So I'm looking at a couple different approaches there. If anyone has advice on what they've done that worked well, let me know. Want to finish the Unisystem cabinet. Similarly, that's mostly cosmetic stuff. I had a repro.
What are you putting in the Unisystem cabinet?
I've been running Ice Climber
on both.
No, the Unisystem.
Oh, the unit. Sorry, I was thinking the dual. Anyway.
Yeah. Outrun is what's left for Outrun is just putting it all back together. I still have the entire control, steering assembly and pedals and everything completely disassembled down to the screws. So that's going to be an interesting Rube Goldberg machine to put that all back together. I want to get to the food fight soon. But in terms of what I'm looking for, still looking for an Enigma 2 PCB. That's not hard. That's not easy to find. Always interested in MVS carts. I'd really like to get a win. What's that?
I got to fix one of those. I just put together a cat box config for it.
For Enigma?
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Yeah. There was a rumor that somebody was reproducing it, but hasn't happened. There is also, what's the guy's name? I can't remember off the top. Oh, Phil Murr. He made this, which for a certain type of Space Invaders PCB, this 8080, it's like an alternate multi-kit. This does support Enigma 2, but it's like you need the color Space Invaders, which is like the cocktail PCB, right? So theoretically that could work. Always looking for MVS carts. In particular, I'd like to get a Windjammers and a Neo Turf Masters. Next video is going to be that Berserk finale. I also got, I was very fortunate in a recent auction to win a very, very hard to find Play Choice 10 cart. I think it's the 3rd most valuable one, and I got it for like very, very little compared to what it's actually worth.
Double Dragon?
Untested. No. Untested. It's a Play Choice. Put it to you this way. It's a Play Choice 10 cart of a very rare NES game. Okay. And untested, and when I got it, one of the ROMs has a leg that's outside of the socket. And I think the reason they did that is because a leg next to it is broken, and they did that to kind of make it easy to see that there's a problem with this ROM. I'm going to try to solder a new leg onto that, and if all else fails, I'll just burn a new ROM.
What game is this?
Power Blade.
Power Blade?
Power Blade
is fun.
It's a pretty good side-scrolling platformer with weapons.
If it's not Goonies, does it matter? No,
I have Goonies already. But Power Blade, and like it's got terrible box art. It's a little bit like Goonies, maybe.
Yeah,
but it's more of an action game, kind of like Castlevania, kind of. It's good. Power Blade is a good game, and it's a sought after NES game. I own the NES game. Of course I do.
You own all the NES games.
No, there's some I don't.
You're close. Time out. For practical consideration, you own pretty much all the NES games.
Yeah, I'm like a dozen short. But let's see. The only ones that cost more is Ninja Gaiden 3, and there's
That's
only
the most expensive one, isn't it?
Yeah, there's only 4 known to exist, and the other one is Rockin' Cats.
Yeah, which isn't very good.
Yeah,
no,
and there's
Rockin' Cats is excellent. What are you talking about?
There's a few other ones that there's a rumor that there was a RBI baseball, but I don't think anyone's ever actually seen one. But of games that are known to have been released, Power Blade is the 3rd most expensive. Yeah, there's others I don't have. I don't have Yonoid. I don't have Ninja Turtles 1. That's the cheapest one that I don't own. I don't have Solar Jetman.
I have a copy of Turtles 1.
I know. I just I don't want to pay like more than what I know it's worth.
Yeah.
I think I just got Rad Racer 2, and I just got Captain Skyhawk. But I'm getting down to the last couple that I don't have. I'm never going to get a Ninja Gaiden 3. I actually don't have any of the Ninja Gaidens. Or Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden 1 is another one that's relatively inexpensive, but I just haven't seen one pop up for a good price. And now I see Double Dragon constantly, and I think of Chance every time I do. But with that, any Shatterhand I don't think was ever released on the Play Choice 10. Oh, it was. That's another one where there's none actually known to exist.
Yeah.
Like RBI baseball. I think there were flyers, or there's rumors that it was. But like people have seen Ninja Gaiden 3 carts, and those go for like over 1,000.
Which is crazy to me.
For a Play Choice 10 game.
It's a shame because Atari RBI Baseball and Shatterhand are both very good games.
I don't like a lot of baseball games, but RBI Baseball for the verses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good.
I technically have one, but I changed the ROMs out.
To what?
I forget.
What do you change?
I changed what
a daughter board for RBI can be a different game.
Pull it out and just put normal ROMs in. Pull the daughter board off.
Yeah. Oh, like the versus board. No, can you convert the RBI? I got to go to John's website and look at this now.
I'll beat you to it. VS. That's not what
NintendoVersus.com. John doesn't make videos anymore, but he still has a great website.
It's compatible with Super Spy Kid or Super Sky Kid.
Yeah, which is a arguably worse game.
Yeah. I think a lot of the 8-bit baseball games are good. Baseball Stars is good.
Yeah.
I actually do like Bases Loaded. I like RBI Baseball better, but I liked Bases Loaded.
What was the System 1?
Relief Pitcher.
That was the prototype. Yeah.
Cool. Any last words, guys, before we wrap it up here?
I'm in danger.
Yep. Don't let the CRS catch you.
Yeah.
Very special CRA, whatever. Very special thank you to our super chat donors: Fish DS9, DJM twice, Cameron Cardwell, Jerry Voluptuous, and of course John Kawaru with a gargantuan 50 trillion Bitcoin super chat donation. Thank you all so very much.
And Kawaru wins the award today for taking us off the rails more than anyone else in the chat.
Well,
the best part.
Yeah.
Took that medal right off your chest, Chance.
Yeah. I'm fine.
All right, guys. You've been watching episode 38 of the Coin Gem podcast. We'll be back in a month or so, but thanks for watching.
It's a month and a half we've been gone.
See you all next time.